Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, everybody, into the live tonight. I do want to say before we start this live, I do ask for everybody to be very respectful to Dawn and Candace both. Dawn's going to be up on panel. Candace will be in the chat unless she wants to come up on panel as well. And I want to say, mods, get geared up because the trolls will be coming in. As soon as Don says what he wants to say, he wants to come up and he wants to tell something that's been on his heart and his soul. And we're going to be here for him and we're going to let him tell his part of the story. He's tired of being beat up constantly and attacked every day. Literally living in hell right now, him and Candace both. Not only not knowing where their daughter is and having to deal with everything else, but also the attacks on him and his family and everything else. I'm going to put the link in your Facebook for Don to come up. He can click on that so I don't have to put it out on chat because while Don's up here, I'm not going to let anyone else come up on panel. Maybe Christine, but other than that, I'm not going to let anybody else come up. Maybe Christine and Candace. And if Candace wants to come up and be a support for Don, then that's fine. Final. This is not going to be about Summer. This is going to be about something else that he's going to address that he feels very, very strong about. We've been talking about it. I've asked him to pray about it, whether or not he should do this. He can back out at any given time. I will not push him. I'll just let him talk and say his part. But mods, get ready because the trolls will start coming in very quickly. So I'm going to give him a couple minutes. I'm going to say a prayer because this is not going to be good. And but Don feels like that he's been pushed in a corner and he has no other choice but to talk about this and let people know the truth about things. So I do want to say, Heavenly Father, I come to you in the name of Jesus. I ask you to keep Don calm. I asked you to let him make the right decisions and say the right words that he wants to say. I ask for peace in Jesus' name, comfort, and we do pray every day that Summer comes home safely to her parents. In Jesus' name I pray. Here is my membership link if anyone wants to become a member. If it gets too bad in here, I'm going to have to probably switch it over to members only. I don't want to do that right now, but we're just going to kind of. Did you get the link, Can, for Dawn? Or do I need to put it out in the chat? I'll be giving Dawn a few minutes. I do want to put a trigger warning out. This is not for the light of ears to hear. And so, um, definitely want to do that. Hang on just one second. Dawn's calling me. Hang on. Okay, so he wants me to put it in chat so he can come out. But at this point, I'm not going to let anybody else up on panel. It's just going to be me and Dawn. Because it's gotten over too much. And Don will say what he wants to say. This is Don's story. He feels like he's been backed in a corner and that he has to stand up for what's right and he has to tell his side of the story. I do ask you all to be respectful. Mods, if they come in here, Candace, you got a wrench too, honey. Zap them. If they come in here being disrespectful, don't let them because it don't happen over here on this part. This is a family that's grieving. I've known Don for a few months now, and I've listen. Don's not the bad person that everybody's trying to make him out to be. Is Don a redneck sometimes? Yes, we all can get redneck, but he's not a very vicious person or a very mean person like everybody's portraying him to be. I put the link down, Can. Hang on. I'm gonna put the link back out. Did I put the link out in the chat? Don, I'm putting the link back out for you in the chat. I told him to think about it, to pray about it before he come up here, and so this is a decision that he's made on his own. You don't see it right here. It is, Candace. There it is. I put it back out again. I'll keep putting it back out until you can grab it. There it is. I'll highlight it. Can you see it? Y'all, my arm has been killing me all day long. Now, I want you all to keep an open mind. This is Don's story, and he said he doesn't want to come out with this, but he feels like he's been back in a corner. I do want to say this is all speculation, and people are innocent until proven guilty in the court of law, but this is Don's story. Hey, Don, what's up?
Oh, not much.
How you doing?
I'm alright. How's my Bluetooth sound? Echoey or
No, a little echoey, but not too bad.
okay?
We can hear you good.
Alright, alright. I'm just I don't know. I don't know what to do. But I'm tired of people attacking me and Candace continually. This is ridiculous. We had a very loving family, and someone takes our daughter, and then all of a sudden we get attacked. You know, at the beginning, when I very first opened my very first Facebook account, because I had so many sleepless nights thinking about summer and where she could be and how I could just going crazy, absolutely crazy. So I created a Facebook account, and you know, um, it just blew up. It just completely blew up.
And things got blown out of proportion, didn't it?
Well, I guess I should go back to when my dad first married my babysitter, which so these Mary, Jeannie, Sherry, all them, Debbie, and all them are my stepsisters. My babysitter became my stepmother. So she's been
Right.
babysitting us since we were little kids. So we've known me and the step family have known each other for a very long time. And throughout the divorce, my dad, literally destroyed in every way, went after my mother. They done everything to destroy my mother, and they also done everything they could to destroy their real dad. They didn't even hardly want anything to do with their real dad because my dad had just, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about my dad or my stepmother or anything else. They fell in love. Okay, these are the dynamics of a divorce. There's a lot of brainwashing and hatred and destruction of every
Right.
kind, destroying each other's credibility, and in every way you're trying to, you know, you're trying to brainwash the kids into hating their real dad. They're trying to brainwash us into hating our real mother, and on and on and on, and how great they are, and how much losers the other ones are in every way possible. So this is what my step family and us kids learned at a very young age.
Right.
This is very, you know, it's it's horrible. It's
Yeah.
horrible what had happened to their
A
real
lot.
dad. He was a really nice guy. I've had many conversations with this guy, really nice guy, you
Are you
know.
talking about your stepsister's father, real
Yeah,
biological?
they're real dad. Yeah, real nice guy. He'd just been through pure hell. He lost his wife, all his kids, everything through this hate train kind of thing. And
Right.
and my dad even adopted, or not adopted, but I forget what you call it. But anyway, that's beside the point. But so this is the behavior that all these kids have learned throughout the
Throughout the
years.
year. Right.
This is just absolute destruction. And but now they have a platform to do it, which is called YouTube.
Right.
Um, but this is something they've learned at a very young age and continue to do it. Have taught their kids to be this way and their grandkids to be this way.
Right.
And so so when all this first happened with Summer, throughout the sleepless nights of torment, of wondering where our daughter could be, I opened my very first Facebook account, and the very first lie that come out was Trish Nelson saying that I had raped her for 7 years. And probably not a lot of people know this, but that was the very first lie. And I had people coming at us left and right, people, and I didn't even, yeah, you know, that was the very first lie that come out. She said I raped her for 7 years of her life. Which would be my, like, not even my stepsister, my I don't know,
Right.
what's she,
So,
my step niece, I guess.
did
But
she not have any proof or anything of that? She just
well,
come.
no, we started, probably fighting that a little bit back then, and then they just completely dropped all that and made them videos disappear and everything, and then come with all these other what you hear today, which is some truth, a lot of stretched truth, and a whole hell of a lot of lies, all combined to destroy me, and my character, my good nature, and everything else, and and I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to say that I'm this horrible monster, and I've done this to my own kids. I'm trying to say it about my wife and everything else, and
Right.
it's really wrong. But they don't want to talk about their own lives or what they've been through, or they protect all the things that they've done in their life.
Kinda
Of
like they
course,
want
of course, they want to
to.
portray themselves as angels, and the narcissistic behavior. It makes them feel better about talking about other people. And right now, tag I'm it, I guess, because someone took my daughter instead of supporting us in any way. And a lot of this stemmed from there was a lot of kids in the step family, um, and everybody was trying to sway my dad, and it was about money and power. Really, honestly, that's what it comes down to. Is who's who's my dad helped out all the kids all he could with what money he had, and that's what it really boiled down to. I think is the help and the privilege and stuff like that. It's when you got that many kids, there's gonna be you know fights or whatever. I don't know how to say it. I'm trying to think about how to say it, but it's just and I don't really want to talk about all this stuff or anything, but and I don't want to bring up the past and try to destroy people and this and that. But these people love that. They love that. They love to destroy people. They love to hate, and so I have to fight back. They're destroying my family. They're destroying what my kids know about me and believe about me, what my boys think of me. They're destroying that image. They're
Right.
destroying our chances of ever having a life. I don't know how many jobs I've lost because of this.
I know,
And
Don.
it's ridiculous.
I know. And it just continues on. It's just like instead of focusing on Summer's case, they're bringing it out more and more just to be able to attack you and bring you down. But you've not told your side of the story because you have integrity and you feel like you know they're not innocent by far.
Like
Don,
I said, I don't really want to attack, but
no.
the thing of it is, a lot of us kids were in a situation where we really couldn't finish school. A lot of us, I quit school at a very young age. I got my first job at $2 an hour washing dishes at a
Hmm.
restaurant because I didn't have nothing. I felt like I had to support myself the best I could, and I thought that was the right thing to do. But I didn't have nobody helping me with my schoolwork and drilling me saying, look, you need to. I had nobody help me at all, and I was way behind in school. There's no way I could catch up, and so I thought the right thing to do was drop out and get a job. And
We've all had that, you know,
right, yeah, everybody goes through this
you
kind
don't
of
have
thing.
a lot of guidance at home and people to lead you in the right direction. Or if you're living in constant chaos and you
Yeah.
don't know what a normal life is, you know.
Well, I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I don't want to. Wait, all of us, we're in a rough situation. There's a lot of kids together and a lot of games being played, mental in every way. My sisters, my real sisters, are very hurt. Especially my youngest sister. She's is hurt so bad because she was just shoved to the sidelines. She didn't get any help in school. She didn't get any help in any way. Did she get any help? She went through pure hell, and she is so hurt still today. She can't hardly talk about it. She'll just break down and start crying. She was just completely forgotten about and run over by you know I'm not trying. I don't want to come out here and put people down. I don't. I don't want to put down my stepsisters, but they're forcing my hand. They're forcing me to fight back. I'm not going to allow them to tear me and my wife's good nature apart. When we love our kids, we have a good family. We loved each other very much, and this is just complete nonsense. It's
So many
not.
things have been twisted
It's
around.
it's not our fault someone creeped up here and stole our daughter. That's not our fault.
No, it's not.
And I'm not going to allow them to put that on us.
No,
Um,
I don't blame you, Don.
but I wanted to bring out one of Mary's lies when she said that I was standing on the corner selling my kids, trying to sell my kids and selling them for drugs. You know, my daughter went on live with White Boy's wife and cleared that up. Um,
Well, I happen to know your daughter loves you very much, Don. Just
right,
when I was talking to Candace in Arkansas, I seen that. Thank you, blind screen Dennis. Thank you so much for that. I seen you went up there and combed her hair for her
hmm
and everything when she couldn't even comb her own hair. You was good to her and her kids as well. Thank you,
but
Black.
couple things I'd like to bring up, and I realize, we were all kids. My step family, they were a bit older than us kids were on my dad's side. Me and my sisters, we were somewhat younger, and um, except for my stepsister Jeannie, she was younger than all of us, I guess. Um, but I'd like to bring up some of the things that Mary don't want to talk about. She wants to talk about me on and on and on and keep bringing up new allegations and try to make it seem like I've done all these sick, demented things to my kids. You know, I'd like to say, you know what? My boys have talked with TBI. Do you not think, you idiots, that if I had done something so devious, such a things that these sick morons bring up day after day, because that's all they can think in their sick minds is all this sicko stuff day after day. That's all they can think up in their head. Really weird. But my boys, I'm sure, talking to specialists with TBI, would have told them if anything like this would have ever happened. And I'd be in jail. I'd be on my way to prison. Guaranteed. These people ain't
Absolutely.
dumb. TBI, law enforcement, people think they ain't doing their job, this, that, and the other. Believe me, they're not stupid. You're not going to pull the wool over their eyes.
Absolutely not, Don.
Hell no. But people like Chris McDonough and the Lab and all these hate YouTube channels keep using Mary over and over, and it's wrong what they're doing. It's so wrong. But since they want stuff to talk about, I would like to. And like I said, I tried and tried. I feel like my hand is forced at this time. Um, I would like to know why Mary doesn't want to talk about the fact that her husband raped my 11-year-old sister. Why doesn't she want to talk about that? I tried talking to her on the phone about it the other day, and it's really, really odd the way it all went down. It's like all of a sudden they weren't together, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, like they made up some weird stuff. But when he had the chance to get my sister cornered, he he raped her. I walked in on him, and I wasn't sure what was going on because I was looking for my sister. We were over at some other people's house, and I guess I'll mention his name while I'm live. Russ Hartman. That would be Mary's husband. Russell Hartman raped my sister. Okay, because I was there. I walked in on it.
How old was your sister, Don?
11. I was like 13. I think I was 13, and I remember walking home because we was young kids. We were walking home, and I asked her what. I tried to ask her what was going on, but it was so awkward and everything, and she did not want to talk about it. She did
Oh,
not want to talk about it. But it's real funny, after this happened, Russell Hartman and Mary Hartman got back together. All of a sudden, it's like Mary was like involved in it somehow. Is my point of view. I mean, this is the kind of conniving
you
stuff.
ever talked to her about this, Don? Is she
Do
aware?
what? I,
Is Mary aware that this happened?
I tried to make her aware of it and talk to her about it. I said, why don't you want to talk about that? Or why don't you want to talk about JLR? Why don't we want to talk about JLR, who molested my daughter? Why doesn't she want to talk about this?
Who?
JLR. That would be her sister's son.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't know who you said.
Yeah, yeah. She don't want to talk about that. Her molesting. And when I did try to talk to Mary about my sister being raped, you know what she said? Oh, well, they were going out then. And I'm saying, oh, so I'm saying your full-grown husband was going out with my 11-year-old sister, huh?
No
And
way.
she's like, oh, yo, well, yeah, so she don't want to talk about any of her side of the family and all these
Wow. So
whatever.
what your sister told you that when you asked her about it, or she volunteered that to you?
She says, oh, well, they were going out then, is what she told me.
No, no. I mean your
Oh,
youngest sister. What
okay.
told
She
you
didn't.
that?
She didn't want to talk about it, but here about a year ago, I asked her about it again, and she says that motherfucker raped me,
Wow.
and she begged me not to say anything about it or anything else. Don't want to start no trouble, but Mary is forcing my hand. Chris McDonough and all the sicko sons of bitches, the lab and all these. That's all they want is sicko stuff to talk about, because they got sick minds themselves. That's all they. I guess that's what they think about day after day is all this sick stuff, and try to put a jacket on other people or whatever, just so they
Wow.
can have some sicko stuff to talk about. I think it's pretty disgusting of these YouTube channels. Chris McDonough, the things that he's done, and why is he always going after young little boys? Does he have some kind of fetish? Like, if I get this little 14-year-old boy locked up, I mean, what's he thinking in his mind? I don't know. He's always going after innocent boys. Like, what is his deal? I don't
I
know.
wonder why he just continues on bringing this situation into Summer's case, which has nothing to do with Summer's case.
Right. They've completely destroyed what we was trying to do, and we was just trying to get Summer's picture out there. And then when Trish Nelson said that I raped her for 7 years, that blew up the internet. We had people. That's what caused all these people to come to my house. These psychics and all this crazy stuff all over YouTube was because of my stepsisters and their crap and their bullshit
Right.
and their lies.
It totally clouded the case. It made people look at you all
Right?
instead of looking other places.
They've done a lot of. They were very successful in doing a lot of damage to my family. Congratulations. Yeah, they were very successful with their lies and their bullshit.
Well, I'm so sorry that you had to go through all this, Don. And
Well, it's the world, and then,
go ahead.
I feel like Mary is just really after, I don't know why she turned on me like she did. Because at first she was totally on my side. Oh, she'd say, I'll never do something like that or whatever. And then all of a sudden she just turned on me. I guess at the time Chris McDonough got involved, kind of thing. I don't know exactly. I can't,
Well, she does have a
it's,
channel to promote, so
well,
I
right.
don't know if that
Yeah,
has
but
anything to do with it or not. Just allegedly, I mean, in my opinion, there was a lot of promoting of that, which I think should have not clouded Summer's case at all. I, in my opinion, you all opened your house up to Chris,
we
and
did in the hopes, and normally I wouldn't want people to see my house and some of the pictures we put out there and everything else. Any normal person would not share all their pictures with the world. But the reason we did that was to try to help Summer get found. We wanted people to see even all the nasty pictures and everything possible. I mean, everybody's got nasty pictures of their kids that they love, but they wouldn't go share it with the world. But we
yeah,
done that in the hopes of helping find our daughter because we
about
don't
like
know, we
dirt
don't
on.
know, yeah, we don't know if she's being raped every day of her life, beat every day of her life, or is already dead, or we don't know what she's going through.
Well, you have to trust God on that one. We talked
Well,
about that earlier, Donna.
we have to trust God for our own salvation. Yes.
I know that you've had a rough past. I know that you've had abuse happen to you, and I feel like that a little bit of that post traumatic stress from all that is making you think the worst about Summer.
Well, they
And
don't they don't take kids to take them to Disneyland or whatever. I mean, statistically speaking, this is not good. Whoever took her, they didn't take her for good reasons. They took her to harm her, whether sexually or whatever. There's no good reason to take a kid from their loving parents in a loving home. Any moron can see that we were very happy together. Somebody done this out of hate for us, or they were sexually deviant, or they were on drugs. Who knows? We don't know. We
don't
do
know.
not know.
We just pray that
It
that
should
she
be
is
about Summer. It shouldn't be about Mary and Chris McDonough and how great of detectives they are and all that, and trying
well.
to, you know, and ruining and to promote their channel, ruin people like me and Candace. That is the most disgusting thing you could do. Uh,
Yeah,
bearing false witness, straight against the Ten Commandments, straight straight against God in building your channel. Congratulations.
I do.
Congratulations, you morons.
Shout out to Blank Screen. She said 650 people in chat. Probably five are in the bushes. Cough cup pearls. Cough cup. Blank blank. The rest of us, we support you. Thank you, Blank Screen.
I
I
appreciate
do,
that.
I do want to say this. If Mary was aware of all these skeletons that she was aware of, happened to not only your daughter,
Right.
your baby sister,
Yeah.
but she wants to come out at you about that, but didn't want to mention that. That was not fair. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
I think we need to talk about Russell Hartman raping my sister. He was over. I don't know how old he was. He had a real nice car and everything. I think we should talk about her son too. Let's talk about Mary's son. Well, that would be a good one to talk about. Hmm.
I didn't know if you want to share that or
Not at this time. I'm not
okay,
going to bring that up at this time. But
that's okay.
and then we could, of course, go on and make up a bunch of lies like they do. and stretch the truth and everything
with,
else. Oh my gosh, we could go on and on and on. Like maybe I could get with Chris McDonough and just
I'm I'm
create a
gonna
live fest. Ooh, wow, that would be so. That would make me so popular, I guess.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, Don. Speaking from a true victim that was molested at 5 years old, I know who my
Right.
perpetrator is, and
Yeah.
I don't want to confront him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want anything to do with him.
Right.
I sure as hell ain't gonna talk to him, taunt him, stress him out, attack him. Wait until like somebody goes missing in his family, then to bring it out and just continue on and on and on. The one thing that I don't want to do is even talk to him or have anything
Right.
around
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. A lot
I
of people that are
feel scared
victims don't want to talk about it. I remember when Trish Nelson first come out with the 7 years of rape lie. I went to her Facebook and I seen all these people congratulating her for coming out and telling the truth and dealing with the issues. I mean, just she was really laying it on thick and had all these people actually believe in this crap, you know,
yeah.
and she
I,
played the
I didn't
victim.
I wasn't aware of anything like that. I've never heard of that one before.
Yeah, this
Because,
was at the very beginning and they deleted all the videos and all that.
well,
Yeah, they changed her whole story around.
wow.
I just feel like Mary, she's hurt, and she acts like me and my buddies went and done something to her. And when she told that story, she told two different stories. At first, she told the truth. Then the second, and then all of a sudden, she changed it all up and changed the story around. But the thing about Mary, is people called her Scary Mary. People called her all kinds of names. She was fake. I'm not trying to say I liked Mary when we were younger. I liked her, but I don't like her now, what she's doing. Of course I don't. I don't like what she's doing at all. I wish we could find some kind of peace or something, but apparently that's not what she's after. Um, but they called her all kinds of names. She was overweight. She had these great big huge tits, and for her to say that we was trying to do whatever is just ridiculous.
Yeah. Do you think that the reason why she discontinued has she recently been still doing this, Dawn? Is she still
Well,
continuing?
from what I understand, that she still continues with her crap. I mean, I don't know, but I think she's just hurt because I mean, I understand it. I understand it. Her husband Russell Hartman left her for her niece, stayed with her for many years, and married her, kicked her to the curb. You know,
Wow, that's I would have kicked him to the curve if he'd have touched my niece
well, he
or
married
my
her.
sister.
He married her niece and was with her for several. I don't know how many years, and she's all screwed up. And I
Wow.
mean,
Has
her
your
her
sister
her her real dad, Jim Bishop, I think molested. Before I even come on the scene, I think this guy was molesting Mary, according to her words, and probably molesting Jeannie. So there was a lot of sexual activity before I even come on the scene at all. And
wow.
they got me. I mean, they played me like a book or like a fiddle, whatever, you know. But I'm done with it. I'm tired of it.
Wow, that kind of explains a lot of why things would happen things happen with all, everything. Seems like there
They
was a
were, we were little kids, but they were very sexual and had many different boyfriends and stuff at the house all the time. We had all the complete neighborhood at our house all the time because if you could imagine these stepsisters, in the younger ages and stuff, and we had everybody was at our house constantly, or we might go to their houses and stuff, which is how my sister ended up getting cornered in a back bedroom, and
has
this
your
man
sister
took
thought about
advantage of my sister. Huh?
pressing charges against her ex-husband?
No, she don't want to go ruin her life and his life and all this and that. This is stuff that happened. He was fairly young, whatever. she's not trying to destroy this man like Mary's trying to destroy us and our family and
But
my
he was a
sisters.
real, I mean, like, but he was a grown ass man.
Well, that's true. But
He
my
was
sister still
grown.
ain't trying. My sister didn't want me to say anything about this, but Mary's forcing my hand. She won't stop with the crap.
I think it's
But
being,
yeah, if you could imagine all the neighborhood kids over at our house day in and day out. The older sister Sherry, she had relationships with all kinds of guys were after her. All kinds of guys were after all of them. It was constantly people bringing weed over or whatever, and we might go hang out at their house or whatever. But no, it was just one big, what flop house? I don't know. I don't know what you call it.
where was your stepmom and your father?
Well, they were doing the best that they could. My dad was always gone on the road. He drove truck and he was always gone. And when he was home, he was asleep. He was tired.
Yeah.
He did not have the time to deal with. I mean, he was just wore out. All them years of trucking and stepmom. She done the best she could, but of course she's gonna favor her own kids over the stepkids, me and my sisters. She's gonna
Right.
favor them. She's in every way. So it was
Right.
a real bad deal for me and my real sisters, especially I mean, I didn't realize what I was getting mixed up in at all, but boy, was I getting mixed up in some crap. And then my
Well,
little
you
sister,
all too, Dawn. All of y'all were kids.
yeah, I think Mary dropped out at a young age and got married to Russ. You know, they had a couple kids until Russell got tired of her and threw her to the curb. And I don't know what she did to lose all that weight. I'm wondering if she ain't doing meth, to be honest with you, because she's talking straight out of her neck.
Who?
Everything, Mary. I mean, I'm wondering if she's lost weight. I'm wondering how she did it.
I don't know. Did she have that surgery? You think maybe?
No, she ain't had that surgery.
Mm,
But I mean, for years she dealt weed and methamphetamine out of their house. So it's hard to say. I don't know.
wow. That doesn't. That's not a good combination at all.
No, and it makes you crazy and psycho and really hateful, and the way she acts. I mean, I have to wonder if she's on meth today.
I don't know. I've never listened to her talk. I couldn't do it. I just don't feel like that should even have been brought into Summer's case at all. And so I never listened to her talk about anything, or I've
Yeah,
listened to a little bit and then I just had to turn it off because I just feel like it totally clouds Summer's case.
it does. It's wrong.
If you're going to come
For
out,
her to
go ahead.
do what? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't interrupt you.
Well, I'm just tired of the attacks from them, my stepsisters. I'm tired of their bullshit. I'm tired of them getting with this idiot Chris McDonough. He doesn't, he can't hold a job as a real cop, let alone, I mean, he had to turn to be a YouTuber, and he had many people fooled for a long time. But he's all he is a hate monger or whatever. Goes after these stories and hates, and
I,
he's really taking advantage of my stepsisters. I think,
I
in
just
my
feel like
opinion.
he did sway the people's minds a different way instead of being neutral in this, like he should have been. I feel like he took them. This is my opinion. I have a right to it, but I do
Yeah,
feel like he swayed it in a direction
he
after you
did.
came
Totally, he did.
invited him into your home, and
Yeah,
then
he started that right away. Saying I had some kind of something on TV or some pornography or something on the TV, and it was a commercial or something. I can't remember. I don't know. Pretty weird. Yeah.
and I
But
just feel like children are off limits, and I feel like Hunter should have never been brought into an interview.
no, he
Never.
shouldn't have. He's just a kid.
Yeah. And so he should have never brought him into it. I feel like there was some sway in there. You can look at the body movements. In my opinion, I feel like Hunter was being coached in a lot of things in that
Oh
interview.
yeah, yeah. Chris McDonough played all of them, every one of them, all the way down the line. He played us. He played all of them. The stepsisters. He played Hunter, Allie, and all of them very well.
I
You
feel
know,
like
but
Hunter,
for his, yeah,
I feel
for
like
his
Brand,
own personal gain, though, this guy destroyed a family. Chris McDonough completely destroyed me and Candace for his own personal gain.
yeah,
That is very wrong. That is like so against God's commandments and everything that God stands for.
right. And
That's what kind of person Chris McDonough is. And all the YouTube channels out there that follow suit and want to act like Chris McDonough, hey, more power to you. Whatever. Uh,
well, the point of
I
the
don't
matter
know.
is that I feel like Allie and Grimbun was coaching Hunter that day.
Well, they were, yeah.
Should have never
But
been.
but but who was coaching them? Chris McDonough.
You could be right. I just feel like it was definitely used against you in Summer's case, and like I feel like you all opened up your home and you opened up your lives to him.
We
Gave
did
him a lot of money.
For Summer's sake. And I would like people also to know, hey, that basement was a food storage. It had drywall in it. We tore the drywall out of it to run electrical and do other things and reframe some walls in the way we wanted it to. We was given this house by my mother, what was a trailer house. We tore all that out. We're started over. Our kitchen and everything was in the trailer house. We had to create or make our kitchen in the office area. We've been working on this place for years, and for them to come in and we're paying cash money. We don't have access to a large bank loan to just come in here and demolish the house and build a brand new one here. We don't have it like that. We're not rich, but what we do have is paid for.
That's me. I pay for everything in cash. I don't do anything in credit. I I might have not have the most beautiful home, but what when we get the money, we pay cash for it. We don't go in,
Right.
and
And
it's
that's great.
expensive to have
Yeah.
things built. Things are not cheap
I
at
don't
all.
know. We're getting more expensive all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Thanks to old Biden.
but I feel like if he was going to do that, he needed to stay neutral. He did not need to bring a 14-year-old boy in the interview at all.
No, he keeps going after them 14-year-old boys. What's up with that?
I don't know, but I just feel like even Hunter's dad doesn't agree with that. He should have been in that interview. Um,
Right.
that's
He
just my
shouldn't have
opinion.
done.
And
He
then
was, yeah, he was coached big time on what to say. This is a kid that used to come over here and play with my kids, a really good natured kid. And we always hugged each other and we never had any issues whatsoever. You
right,
know, very good kid. And it's sad. It's really sad that these people, even his own parents, coached him into lying and saying all this hateful stuff. And Truey, their daughter, into saying all the things that she said. But she's got that little bit of wickedness about her already, and she's just a young
you
kid.
can tell. I
Oh
mean,
my
that's
gosh.
you can tell that she's a little
They're
bit
not, yeah, they're not taught to
like her
love
mama.
God. They're not taught to love God and be in church and about integrity and being
And that's one
truthful.
thing
And
that people are forgetting. You were taking your kids to church when Summer went missing.
absolutely, yeah, I was taking them to the best church in the world, the Seventh Day Adventist Church.
Yeah,
They have more knowledge and truth in their church, and not knocking all the other churches. I'm not trying to, but they do have more knowledge about revelations and other things in the Bible than any other church I've ever seen.
yeah. And so Summer was a social butterfly.
Yes, she loved to go and visit everybody in the church. She loved them
You
all.
could tell that. You could look at
Yeah,
those videos and tell
exactly. Yeah,
she
it's pure,
loved.
and yeah, and it's pure love. But these YouTubers want to turn it into something sinister and evil,
Mhm.
and all this, especially the
Yeah.
sexual part of it. Like, what? Is this all these people think about 24/7? Like, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's a true crime community, and they have seen. I have to say, a lot of them has seen bad stuff from parents, but not all parents are bad. Like with Harmony Montgomery, her dad really did hurt her. I mean, he unalived her, but there was warning signs. He had a long history of uh, attempted murder and everything and stuff like that. So that's a different story. Every case is
Right,
different. You can't
right.
take one case and compare it to another.
I
It's
mean, when we
different.
were when all those stepkids were thrown together, none of us has had any education on what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. We were kids left to our own demise,
Yeah,
and
you need to get
they
guidance.
done their things. I'm not trying to tell you I'm some kind of an angel because I'm not.
None of us are.
I've had a lot to learn over the years, and so hasn't everybody. But Mary sure as hell is not innocent, or Jeannie, or Trish Nelson, or any of them are. They're no angels. Hell no.
Right.
Hell no.
I can say this much for you since I've known you, Don. Not one time have you talked out of line with me. Um, Not one time, as if you ever talked to anybody that's ever talked to you that I know, have ever gotten out of hands. Everybody's always said you're upfront, you're honest, you're a good person. And so I'm definitely, you know, I can say that for you, Don. You've always been so nice and so polite. Are you a little redneck? Yes. We're all a little redneck sometimes. We are. We get mad. We act on our feelings. I do the
Yeah.
same thing.
Get
But
mad, start cussing, and everything else. I do
yeah,
it every time.
me too.
I can't.
But
Yeah.
I do want to say this. Every time that I've ever talked to you, you've always been very respectful. For other people that has talked to you, that you've always been disrespectful. You've never said anything out of the way. You've never just acted like that you was a sexual person in any way at all. And I've never got that vibe from you. Like I've been around a lot of creepy people in my lifetime, Don, and
Yeah.
I don't get that from you at all.
Right.
And it's just this because they have came forward with all this stuff. It makes people that don't know you think badly of you.
Right. I remember when I first opened my Facebook and the first lie that went out that I raped Trish Nelson for 7 years. People were blowing up my phone. I had this one woman get a hold of me, and she says she was screaming hysterically. Did you really do that? Did you? I'm like, do what? I didn't know what she was talking about. And then she explained it to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, it's unbelievable. But
Yeah,
yeah, so
it's,
that's how all this started was with the
yeah,
things that they've done, which should be a criminal offense. What they've done should be a criminal offense.
it is, Don. If you got the
Well,
right,
there are laws where, like, if you try to get somebody locked up for, say, you lie about killing somebody or whatever, sexual stuff,
yeah,
and they prove that you're lying, they will lock you up for the amount of time that that person was going to spend. They will lock them up for that amount of time. I don't.
that should happen. If somebody
It
is going to
should.
destroy somebody's life by making up random stuff that's not true, then they should go to jail and they should be.
I had a job at J. Ross Construction. I had
Mhm.
it on the phone, everything else. I went in to do paperwork, went in the office, and here's two women sitting there that watch all this garbage on YouTube, and they says, "What are you doing here?" And then they went back to the back and talked to the boss about me and everything, and I couldn't even get work, and I still have a hard time finding work because all these women that work at these places see this garbage that they're spreading, and it really affects me bad. I
I
can't,
know, Don.
that's why I lost my original job with Tucker Drywall, was because
Well,
of Mary and Jeannie's and them's bullshit.
and the
You know,
problem is that you're a hard worker, and that's all you've ever done is worked.
just tried to
And
support my family the best I can. Made sure.
Candace was telling me that she went through that same thing, but she said for hours, and they made a joke out of it and just did it on purpose. She sat in an interview for literal hours,
Yep,
and she said
yep.
she passed everything with flying colors, but they would not hire her
Because
because,
of the Utah, yeah, because of all the crap on YouTube.
yeah,
I feel like, as far as my stepsisters and us, we were all in kind of a bad situation. There was way too many kids there in one home, and there was you know, um, there's a lot of stuff going on there, and people, you know, I don't know how to, but yeah, there was a lot going on there with what, six, nine kids, maybe 8 or 9 kids, or however many it was,
oh,
all in one home. So yeah, there was a lot going on there, and
a lot
most
of
of the time
chaos.
we were left to our own thing. Nobody really watching us, or anything. So of course, little girls are going to be little girls, and little boys are going to be little boys, and do they're just as guilty as I am when it comes to that stuff. They would never admit that. Hell no. They want to portray themselves as perfect angels, like
Well,
they've never done any wrong.
the thing is that there was no guidance, there was no supervision at that time, and
No, there wasn't. Yeah,
there was children, and
none
they
of
were
us were. Yeah, none of us were educated on what we should or shouldn't do. We were educated by, back in the '70s. If you could imagine, I mean, the commercials you see on TV and whatever, and all the sicko stuff you see in the world. That was our, I guess, our education at the time. And that's all we had. And I don't want to come. I don't want to say bad stuff about them, but man, I have to. I have to. She's pushing me. She's got me boxed in the corner, man. I don't. What am I supposed to do?
well, Don. If she's
I,
going to come out with that stuff, she needs to come out with to um,
my
what
sister.
happened to
Yeah.
your sister from a grown man and your daughter. Was it a grown man that hurt your daughter too?
Well, he was probably, more younger. I don't remember exactly what age he was, but my dad told him to never come back to his house ever again,
Yeah,
and would not ever allow him to be back in our house ever again. But yeah,
yeah, that's just
she don't want to talk about JLR because that's her sister's son. She don't want to hurt her side of the family, but Mary will do, and Jeannie and them will do everything they possibly can to destroy this side of the family. You know,
wow.
and why? What
Why,
is it? I mean,
have they even put up one flyer to try to find Summer? Have they
all they
contributed anything to try
the
to
only
find?
thing the only thing that they've contributed is a mass chaos, and go and trying to ruin us in every way they can, trying to ruin me personally as a loving human being, and just trying to hurt me mentally and in every way possible. Tried to get me arrested on false allegations and everything else. It's just,
I know it was
pe-
like a blood hunt. Come up,
mhm.
Christine, if you want to. But it's like a blood hunt on you. Like it's like they don't even
This is
try.
what they've learned. Yeah, yeah. This is what they've learned is to, and I hate to say it, but this is what my dad did to my mother. I was there, I seen it, and they destroyed my own mother, who I love very much. My mother is
I'm
great,
sorry
very
about
great person, and she was overweight all her life. and she tried everything to be a skinny bitch and be part of the crowd and everything else, but she never could lose that weight. So
Yeah,
she
it's
she
hard.
went through. So they said things about her, hateful stuff. My dad pretty much done everything he could to destroy my mother, and he succeeded. And then they turned on their own father. My dad, done this to their real dad, and destroyed him any way they could, to keep custody of the kids, and whatever that people do.
And it's
That's
funny.
it. Just but this is what they've learned throughout the years. They witnessed it firsthand, and they saw this is something they've learned well, and they continue and have taught it to their own kids and their grandkids, I suppose. And this is what they do. Instead of marrying, she should have went back to school and made someone of her life, but she chooses to just be a hateful YouTuber, I guess, and go after people, or in particular me. I don't know how many people. I wonder how many people have tried to build a YouTube channel specifically off summer wells and summer wells only.
I can name a lot right now. A
Yeah,
lot.
right. A lot. And Mary
Yes.
is no exception. And this was a big one for Chris McDonough, straight out the gate. He seen
It's
this
almost
coming. Hmm.
sometimes how obsessed they get with her.
Yeah, and their
Oh yeah,
obsession is
Donna
to
made a
make me.
lot of money off Summer.
This should be totally against the law because we have mobs coming here to our house. They went to my job. They got me fired. They got me fired on other jobs. This should
Mm-mm.
be highly illegal. If for a long time I wondered if someone would come up here and just start shooting in the house. I still
I
wonder.
think if you talk to the right attorney, I think you could sue the pants off some of these YouTubers. The
Oh
Swain
yeah, I could. I could
couple,
if I had a if it, but it's like this, Daisy. If I had $1 million to go after these people, I'd get 500,000 back if I'm lucky. If I'm
right?
lucky, I'd probably lose that $1 million. To be honest with
Well, I don't know,
you,
Don.
the
They
thing of it is, and
them
then
up.
two, here's the thing too. Whatever's said on YouTube is for entertainment purposes only, and any good lawyer will bring that up and throw it. It'll get all thrown out of court. So you can go on YouTube and terrorize all you want because it's for entertainment purposes only. So you really can hide behind YouTube, and
Which
it
is
shouldn't
so unfair.
it shouldn't be that way. But people like you with integrity, is important. Okay, but yeah, it's important to talk to
Yeah,
people like you with integrity that want to talk about you know the truth and not destroy people for whatever
absolutely,
reason.
absolutely. And it's verbally ripping a person apart, verbally
Yeah.
ripping them to shreds.
Well, yeah, this kind of behavior of the cancel culture behavior or tearing somebody's down like they do you, calling you names. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I've been ripped apart, and I probably will be tonight and tomorrow after this live.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to have all kinds of memes and stuff, but it's
Oh
okay.
yeah.
I'll just turn it
All
off.
all the haters are gonna hate. Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah. Christine, what are you doing, honey?
Hey.
Hey,
Hi, Christine. Long time no talk to.
I know. You changed your number.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I had to change my number. Once it gets in the wrong hands, it just goes everywhere.
Oh, yeah. I
I feel
understand
like
that.
you need to come up here and let a lot of this off your chest because it's been on your shoulders for a long time.
Yeah. Hey,
Well, it
now Don, can
happened.
I ask
Yeah,
you a question?
yeah. As
Now,
long as they're not from. Yeah, go ahead. I'm not
just
gonna.
follow me.
Okay.
Just follow with me. There's a purpose. I'm saying this. I'm asking you this question.
Yeah.
So, when all these allegations came out, right?
Hmm.
And I believe, people believe that, when you went to jail for your DUI, that you were going to be extradited. Were you ever extradited over there for any of these allegations?
No.
Okay. Were any charges ever brought up against you?
No, nothing,
Nothing. Okay.
nothing.
So
Exactly.
No.
now, if I don't know if you want to me, I would think that if there was circumstantial evidence that, what happened happened, you would be charged, right?
I don't know about that. But that's just like, Russell Hartman or Mary's husband, raping my sister at 11 years old or whatever. I mean, I don't
Hmm.
know. I don't know. I mean,
But
could
Well,
he
he
still
was
be charged? I don't know.
yeah,
They
no,
he
say
was
that I will say this, and I will say this on rape, there's no limits to the law. You can go
mhm,
after a rape for life.
right.
There's no limits. So basically, her husband could be charged with rape. Let's just talk about
absolutely,
Mary in their case. I don't want to talk about me no more. We've been talking about me for 2 years.
yeah,
So Russell
absolutely,
Hartman could be charged with rape. Wow, that's interesting.
very much so. And like that's horrible. 11 years old, 23-year-old.
Yeah, she
That's
trusted him to, I mean, to hang out with him or whatever, and he got her in a corner. All I know is I was like, "Where's my sister?" And I walked. We was at some friend's house, doing what we did back then, listening to music, maybe smoke a little weed or whatever, But I was wondering where my sister was. And I walked in the back room, and he was on top of her, having sex with her. And I didn't know she didn't scream. I mean, I don't know, but I witnessed it firsthand, that, but anyway, and then I told you the rest of the story. But yeah, why ain't
right.
she concerned about that? That's my question. Why does she not care about my sisters or me or anything? And
Mentally,
she's so gung ho on spreading lies and trying everything in the world to destroy our side of the family. Why?
right.
Why are they doing this? I mean, I really don't
Especially
want my dad's house. I mean, if that's what it's about, I mean, I don't know.
it could
But
very well
my
be.
dad, well, my dad, when my dad found out that my daughter was kidnapped, he said he told everybody that he wanted me to have his house and get my boys the hell out of hillbilly country, and they probably all heard it. And this is one of the other things that started this up. This is my dad wanted me to have his property.
Right.
And
Is that
I
in
think
is
that
that
really, I
in
think
your
that
sister's?
really, yeah, yeah. I think that's one of the other things that really pissed him off too. Because honestly, Chris McDonough talks about Jeannie, how she raised such a beautiful family, blah blah blah. Well, the truth of the matter is Jeannie didn't raise her kids. She would take them and dump them off at my dad's, and my stepmom raised her kids. She didn't raise them. She done whatever the hell she wanted to do while her husband was out trucking and doing whatever. And so her Jeannie's mother raised her kids, not Jeannie.
What about Mary? Did she raise her children?
Well, I mean, yeah, she raised her children as far as I know, but yeah, I mean, hell, we could bring up her kids too. We could bring up all kinds of stuff on her Mary's kids if we wanted to. But I'm trying not to go do all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
Mary
yeah.
just really
Right.
and all these. I'm sure Chris McDonough's just loving this right now. Do you think he really cares about Mary? I don't think so. I don't think he
I
gives a
just don't
damn about
understand
Mary.
his obsession with the whole thing. Like,
Hmm.
what has Chris even put out a billboard or anything for summer with the
As
money?
far
And
as I know, he's taken a lot of money that he's made off of Summer's back and put it in his damn pocket. That's what Chris McDonough's done. He ain't done
I don't
shit.
know. I know he's done a lot for the Monkey Bond case, but I don't know what he's doing
What
for
has he
summer.
done? What has he done for the Monkey Bond case?
Well, I don't know for sure. I know he went there to see
Went there and
Brandy, but
stirred
I
up
don't know if
trouble.
he did anything else. But I really don't know what he has actually done for the Summer Wells case other
I
than
mean, I know he gets on his YouTube channel and talks like he's the biggest, greatest cop that ever walked the earth, and he does all this stuff. And but as far as I can tell, all I've ever seen him do is collect money off of poor innocent people that send him money.
There's a lot of money going in there. I've seen the money pile in.
You know,
The
and
thing,
I'm not against somebody succeeding on YouTube or whatever, but when you intentionally target a family like us and destroy them for your own personal gain, that's that's like against the Ten Commandments wrong. That's bad.
I think he needs to step back and take a look and see that he did sway this, that he does have an agenda, whether he realizes or not. In my opinion,
Well,
I think
he knows all too well that hate sells. And we've talked about it, Daisy. You know, when you
absolutely.
turn into it, you could turn into a hate channel like prayer gardens, and people would just love it. You could be on there for hours,
Oh,
and
she had
people would
7
just love it.
chat
Yeah.
last night. So yeah, they
But
love
you're not about that. You have integrity, and that's
um,
great. And that's I love that. That's awesome. And
every,
I hope and pray that some of these haters and stuff develop some integrity and get some love in their heart and do the right thing. Because Josh from the lab and all these haters, Doug and all that, what you're doing is just so wrong. It's
Doug's got issues, big
yes,
time.
he does.
He's got really bad issues, and if Summer was to come home, Don, I would take her and hide her out. I would like not let anybody know where my children would.
I would never, you'll never hear from me again if that was the case. You'll never hear from me again except for maybe some good here and there.
Yeah, but there's just too many people that's obsessed, and you
They
never
are obsessed. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
and
But
you
they're
never.
obsessed with the hate, though. They're not obsessed with the right thing, the love,
Yeah,
and doing the right thing. They're obsessed with the hate, 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 and it consumes them. And I understand this because I get obsessed with it too. And there's sometimes, I wonder if my heart's going to explode or I'm gonna freaking have an aneurysm myself.
we talked
You
about
know,
that, Don. It's not
yeah.
healthy for you to
No,
have to.
it's not. It's not at all. And I don't want to hate. I understand, and I want my stepsister to understand also that I understand what we all went through together. And none of us we were all vulnerable and we all made mistakes. And I understand that probably Jeannie and Mary were molested probably by, their sister's husband or whatever. And just, it just goes on and on. Yeah, it's horrible. Um, but
It's a never-ending chain, right? Like a chain of events that you know. And well, you have to realize too, you are not when you're on YouTube, Don. You're dealing with the whole world, and
right,
we can all agree that there's a lot of evil people, but there's
there
also
are.
a lot of good people on here that do support you over here.
But it's a
And
conscious decision that you make to love to where I think hating is just a natural human reaction. You're just following along. You're a puppet of Satan's. You're just a puppet. You just say the first thing that comes on your mind. You don't think about it, and it's all hate, 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 destruction, destruction, and all these things. It's a
our
conscious
choice to
decision
behave.
to love someone and do the right thing, whether on YouTube or off of YouTube, is a conscious decision that you make because you want you to better your life and you want to do the right thing.
Well, and also, Don, if you were one of those like those people, if you were a mean person, you would have come out with this a long time ago. But you
Right.
thought about it and you didn't want to come out with it. You
I
didn't want
didn't want to. I didn't want to say all this stuff.
you didn't want to hurt them, and you still don't want to hurt them. And
I
to
really
me,
don't. They
that's
need to, I haven't even seen them for over 40 years. You know, the last time I seen them, I was a young kid and left out and moved to Houston or whatever we did, with 15, 16 years old. And that's probably the last I've ever seen of them for a long time.
right, right.
But they've been going back and forth with this hate for all of these years, just hating and hating. And teaching even, I don't know, it's crazy.
I'll tell you something that I don't buy. I do not buy that they didn't know about summer. I don't believe that. They had to.
No, they knew about summer because I called my dad's house and they was talking in the background and they was talking to me. I think it was Trish. I'm not sure exactly who it was, but she says, "So you named one of your kids Summer? Well, they named one of theirs Winter. So they got a kid named Winter, a little girl.
Oh
So they
wow.
never met Summer, right?
They've never met Summer.
Okay.
No, I took
So they've never
Josie
met
out.
Summer.
I took Josie out to see my dad and meet him. And it kind of, I don't know.
But
So
still,
what I don't understand is how can anyone say any awful things that they're saying about Summer if they've never met Summer?
Right? Yeah, they've never met Summer. They've never met Summer, but you know, I mean, you can tell by the pictures that we've taken and the videos that we have that Summer, we loved Summer with all our heart and our boys, and we were all about our boys, and we are a loving family. And when I see people say that Candace wasn't a loving mother and stuff like that, it tears me up because I know I've seen firsthand that she loves her kids. I know she loves her kids with all her
well,
heart.
I showed videos, the video that I had of her and Summer, and Summer was all over her, and she was kissing on Summer. We showed that the other day. Um,
Right?
that right there shows that Summer
Exactly.
was her life. Summer was her
Yeah.
baby.
Yes.
She loved
Absolutely.
her. I wish I could
Yes.
find that video again, and
Yeah.
I'll
Me
play it
too. Yeah. That would be great.
so you
I don't
can
know
find
if I've
that.
ever. I don't
Oh, it was
remember it, but
a talk, and it was just so adorable. I actually
it's.
sent that to Candace. I thought I sent it to
I've
you.
actually. I actually get caught up in the YouTube drama, and I forget how loving of a family we really were. And I miss hugging my boys all the time, hugging my boys and telling them that we love them. I wanted them to know for sure that we love them. And
Yeah.
now you got all this YouTube stuff, and then you got probably the foster family that has our kids using this stuff against us, and all the YouTube crap and the
Yeah,
hate.
shouldn't be they shouldn't be on YouTube like watching this stuff because it just causes judgmental things towards you all because there is so
Uh,
many and there is so much twisting around and everything else that
well, and see,
it just
I don't want to be on YouTube at all. I don't want nothing to do with it. But I have to fight all this negative drama because I don't want my boys. If my boys believed what all these people, these YouTubers are saying about us, we don't have a chance.
that'd be horrible.
Hey
They don't need
Don,
And
to know that.
if
yeah,
what if your boys are listening to you right now? What would you say to them? If
I
they
love
can hear
them.
you.
That we love them with all our hearts, and we just want to be part of their lives again, man. And it's wrong. It's wrong with the YouTubers all the way around, from the YouTubers and then you got the police believing this crazy stuff, and all the way down the
I don't,
line. And it's we have to fight back. We don't have a choice. We have to fight back. I have to
well,
fight back for the integrity. I mean, I don't know.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. It did happen to Brandy and it did happen to Brandy and
Yeah.
Tyler's daughter.
Mhm.
There was a YouTuber that was bashing the family, and
Mhm.
her daughter, her teenage daughter, got on there and come across it with her friend
Yeah.
and started bawling hysterical, like she said she'd never heard her cry. She said it was about as bad as the day Monkey went missing, and
Right.
she'll never forget the cry that her daughter
Mhm.
did because
They were
of
bashing their family.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Right.
using them
Exactly. Yeah.
of
It's horrible. I mean, why would you? Why do people hate like that? I don't.
their evil.
Justice for all is another one. Just hate, hate, hate. That's
Oh
all you
yeah,
got better to do with your life is hate all day long. How in the hell does Justice for All even have foster kids if he's that hateful? And, how in the hell is he going to raise foster kids? Is that what he's teaching these foster kids? Is to hate?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think I don't think he should have foster kids.
I think people are just
If
so
that's what he's
frustrated.
about, some gay dude that's all about hate and got serious psychological problems. How is it that he has foster kids? So the welfare is going to take our loving children from us, which I understand there was a lot of danger here at first because of these lies that they created. It was very dangerous, in my opinion. Nobody's come up here and shot guns yet or shot at the house, but it was very dangerous thanks to
Yeah.
all these lives and the YouTube creators that drug it on and on and on. Shame on all of you. Shame. How shameful that you're going to destroy a loving family, a loving mother, and a loving father. You're going to make it your number one priority to destroy us like that. Wow. That's
Well,
messed up.
I know some of the stuff though, Don, is from, one of your neighbors that say a lot of things.
One of my neighbors.
Mhm.
Oh, Jody Sue Brown. Yeah, but
Mhm.
she's just a nutcase. You got to overlook her, man. You can't. She's just a straight nutcase. And if anybody believes anything she says, that's their problem. I'm not going to, she's a straight nutcase.
He's told so many stories
Yeah,
that,
yeah. She's
and
disproved herself. She's pretty much done herself in with all the stories. And that's what,
I don't
it's
think
so
people
weird
will.
that people do this. It's so weird.
Yeah,
Is that what Americans do now? They just, when they can't get along with somebody, they start telling stories and putting it on YouTube about them. I mean, is that what we've become as a nation? Wow.
yeah, that's pretty much because it's just, yeah, here it is. I'm going to show you this video of Candace
All
and some.
right.
I found it on my live stream. I've been looking for it where I've been, so here it is. Uh,
Susie, I'll be back.
okay, hang on. Uh,
No, YouTube posted some more stuff on that.
you did? Wait a minute.
Yeah, I posted some other.
She's kissing Summer there. Let me see if I can get it. Here it is. I want to show it to everybody since we got like 800 people in here. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Hang on. And so I'm glad I got it. Can you see it before she took it down?
Yes, for
We'll
sure.
have that. That's Candace and Summer right there. You see it, Dawn?
Yeah.
Candace grabs her and kisses her.
Yeah. That's what
Now,
she's
how
always
can you
done.
say that that baby was not a mommy's girl too?
Yeah. Candace loves her children with all her heart. And I'm just so tired of all these haters and stuff. I'm just sick of them.
Yeah.
We
Like,
have a
does that look
very
like?
loving family.
Yeah, she
Go
was
ahead.
very
Sorry.
her mama. um,
Oh, yeah. We couldn't have been happier. There's never a happier time in our lives than right here. And now it's,
yeah,
the destruction has been so tremendous.
yes, it has, Dawn. It's been awful,
It
and
really has been.
it's not fair that you're having to go through this and then dealing with a missing child on top of it.
It's
It's not
not.
fair.
But that
It's
just
not fair.
goes to show we just live in a very evil world. And very evil. And nobody cares about integrity or trying to do the right thing. They only care about their own evil agenda and getting what they want, for the time being or whatever that is. And it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yes, and
But
here's the
I'm
video.
very, but I am very thankful to all of you who do have integrity and do have love in your hearts. It's very
There is
important.
a lot of people that do
Yes.
support and do
And we
believe you.
do appreciate you all.
And them are the genuine people. They're the people that
Right.
have hearts.
Yeah.
They're the ones that count. Because you have to think here too,
Right.
don't. I've seen the profile. I've went back on some of these vicious people's profile and seen these people, and they
Yeah.
look like they've straight come out of like a meth house, or they look. A lot of these people are not good people. That
I
bash.
wonder. I wonder about a lot of the haters on YouTube. I think a lot of them are dabbling in methamphetamines because they're nuts.
Yeah. Yes, they are. Like
Yeah.
viciously nuts. Like
Yes.
they've got a
Yeah.
lot of the devil in them, no doubt, and you can
Yeah.
feel it
Just like.
radiate
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
of, like, especially when you
Be-
go into prayer garden chat. It's like
Yeah.
the
She's not.
devil's swamp,
Yeah.
swampland of
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
devil.
She's not. She's not taking the time to make that decision to have a heart. She's just going with the
Now
flow
she's
of
somebody.
hate.
If she's somebody that if she's got something to say, her narcissistic, in my opinion, behavior is going to blurt it right out. Like she don't care. She
Yeah.
has filter. She will use it if she has to use it. Where Don, you're more reserved. You're like me. You don't want to put things out there to say anything bad, but you feel like you're backed in a corner and you have to take care of yourself. You have
Yeah.
to stand up for yourself, because if you don't stand up for yourself, who's going to?
Right.
You know.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely, it's you have to call them out on their BS. You just have to call them out and let people know, like, hey, she's saying this is bad, but what about what she let her husband do to my sister?
Right.
Why is she bringing that out? And it's
I
not
mean,
fair.
it's not. If she's gonna talk about all these things, I mean, she needs to mention all of it, not just and leave out what she wants to. If she's gonna put our whole family on YouTube and everything about me and everything else, well, okay. I mean, I don't want to be hateful. I don't,
I
but
know you don't. I know
but
we
I
talked.
can't. I'm just so tired. And I think when you said narcissistic, man, these people are extreme narcissistic. Um, yeah, extreme. Well, how much?
Extreme.
What am I trying? Extreme narcissistics. These hate
Yes.
channels, all of them. Yeah,
Yep.
extreme. I can't think of the word I'm trying to think of. Sorry. Um,
Well,
extreme examples of narcissism.
yes.
Extreme,
Yes.
extremely narcissistic.
It's all about them. It's not about Summer. It's about the hate, the drama. The
Hmm.
They will cut anybody to get ahead, and
Yeah.
that's not what the way to be. If it means keeping your integrity and not saying something to protect the case, then you do it. You don't go and call a damn suspect. You
We
don't.
had, did you know that Tracy come out here and she was going to come out here and film a little bit and stuff like that? And we actually got a hold of her on the phone or whatever. And we invited her up here and we spent time with her and her friends, from Chasing Truth, Tracy,
Yeah,
and we spent time together. We went to a restaurant together and,
that's
she was very reserved and very uh, human, very good.
yeah.
And her point of view of us is nothing like all these other people's. And she met us
No,
firsthand and
right.
spent time with us. Sit up here at our house and
Yeah.
with us and everything for a few days. You know?
Yes. Yeah. She's a good person, I can tell.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You know.
a good judge of character. She seems like if she
Oh
suspected
yeah.
anything or anything, she would be like, she's like a no nonsense kind of person. You know what I mean? She just don't.
Absolutely.
And she's
And
always,
if she thought for a minute that I was guilty of all this crap, I guarantee you she'd be all over it. She
yeah,
wouldn't. There's no way.
yeah. But unfortunately, people just want to run with things and they don't want to get the time, take the time to get to know you guys. You have said more intelligent things on Prayer Garden's channel, and you've just called her out for her BS a lot. And I think that what makes her so upset, because you do call her out on the things that she says. And I have to say, Prayer Garden has a lot to do and with a lot of this viciousness. Her
Yeah.
chat is a swamp hole of hate. And
Yeah.
yes, I'm going to say it. I believe she's very a narcissistic person.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No doubt.
No
Narcissistic.
doubt about it.
She's the
Yeah.
greatest. She's the smartest, you know. But her agenda with you and Candace, especially Candace, she rips poor Candace to shreds.
Yeah. Well, she tried.
Yeah,
She's not. Yeah, we're not gonna let her do that though, because
no,
Candace is a very loving mother who
very
loves
low.
her kids and loves me and loves family and
Hmm.
loves to do the right thing. I mean, yeah, we've been through hell. I mean, she's made mistakes. I've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes, but we,
She's
I
definitely
don't know.
stronger than I would be. I would not be able to handle all the scrutiny that she gets. I could not. I'm like you, Don. I fly off the handle.
Oh, well, believe me, I've seen her in major tears many times,
Yeah,
broke down and just at the end of her ropes many times, and I'm tired of it.
I
Not
know.
happening no more.
That's good of you to be protective over her. That's what the husband's supposed to do. They're supposed to
And,
protect their
if she was anything like these people say she is, I wouldn't be with her. But she's
right.
not. She's a good mother. She loves her. Just like that video you showed, you could see
Mhm.
that's exactly how she is with her kids.
I
She loved
believe
to.
it.
She'd wrestle around with the boys and have fun, and just she's not. Other
Well,
than maybe drinking a little bit too much here and there, she's not a bad mother.
no. I want to look at your grandchild, your grandson. He loved her. He was all over her,
Exactly. Yeah.
felt the world of her.
All my grandkids love Candace. All kids love Candace, actually.
She told me that she was that she spent hours playing with your son's
Hmm.
child, little boy that was real
Yeah.
skittish. She said
Yeah.
that spent hours playing with him, and
Oh yeah. We should bring
and
it.
I believe
Yeah.
with my heart that you will have your children back. I do believe that God will come through for you guys, and
Well, we
uh,
got to do the right thing, and we got to make that conscious decision to do the right thing, to keep God's commandments, to do what is right. And
and
but
the best.
I didn't want to say these things about Mary, but like I said, she's backed me into a corner, and they want something to talk about. Well, there you go. Let's talk about Russell Hartman for a while. Let's look at who he is and see what happens with that.
I guarantee all that will be thrown under the rug and not mentioned anymore. They only want their agenda. That's all they want. They
Uh,
want to twist it. They want to make you and Candace look like monsters. Meanwhile, the real perpetrator's out here somewhere watching.
the real perpetrator who stole our daughter from us
Hmm.
has gotten away with it for 2 years,
Yep,
over 2 years, and what she's going through or what I just can't imagine. I feel so bad for her. It's not right at all. And people want to say, "Oh, she's better off," and all bullshit. She's better off with her loving parents who actually love her instead of
right.
pukey
Right.
ass people who think they know better than anybody else, or people who, oh gosh, it just drives me crazy for people to
You
even
know,
say something like that. Is just,
I know,
ugh.
I met a mother one time that lost their, I think it was their baby, and people had said, "Well, your baby's in a better place," and she's like, "I don't want my baby in another better place. I want my baby with me." And I
Yeah,
think that's one of the worst things you could ever say to a parent
yeah.
who has lost a child, or is that they're in a better place or they're better off, or no, don't say that to a parent. Don't.
No,
That's
they're
not
not. They're not better off without their family. That's not true.
right.
And
God meant for you all to be together, and
there's almost zero chance. And people say, well, maybe, yeah. Oh, you, gosh, like, I'm just gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up before I say something dumb. I'm gonna back. Never mind. Never mind.
it's best to just not
Mm,
say a whole lot about things.
mm.
But um, but God knows that she's better with you all. God knows your heart. He knows that you loved her. He
Well,
knows.
they don't. People don't take kids to give them a better life. Here in the United States, they might call the welfare on you, you know,
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah.
what they're really after.
Hmm.
But since she was stolen, I'm like 100% sure they didn't take her to have a better life, to give her a better life. They stole her to do bad things or sell her or whatever. We don't know. We have no idea.
Yeah.
But to say that someone took her to give her a better life, she had a better life right here. She loved us and her family and her brothers very much. She was very happy here.
Yes.
No, our house has not been perfect. We've been working on it for years.
Yeah.
That's part of it. I mean,
Well, Don, I'm telling you what, y'all's house is a lot better than what I growed up in. But I would have never
uh,
be taken away from. I grew up in a literal shack. Now people can say what they want, but we lived pretty rough. We didn't have running water or anything,
right. Yeah,
and I wouldn't have never wanted to be taken away from my parents. My dad drunk every night, raised hell. Hell, he'd shoot the house up. But I love my daddy very, very much, and I wouldn't
exactly.
be taken away from my family.
Exactly. And we loved our children very, very much and always will. And summer was just a great blessing to us. And for somebody to steal that heavenly gift from us like that is just
So
so wrong. Um,
they'll have to
that
answer.
that's right up there with murder.
Yes, Dawn, you're right.
And if they did have some, like they thought she was being mistreated or whatever, like all these hate channels like to say, they can take that and shove it,
Yeah.
all of it, because we loved our kids, and we'll always love our kids, no matter
Yes.
what. So all you haters out there, you know what you can do with it.
Well, God knows the truth. You know the truth, and Candace, and then babies know
Shoot,
the
you can see the truth just by filing through them pictures like you was doing.
truth.
You can see for yourself what the
Yeah.
actual truth is. A
Yeah, and
picture
you can.
tells 1,000 words.
Yes, it does.
And they want to sit here and look for any evil little thing that's going on in their evil little minds because
Yeah.
that's what they think about all day continually is evilness.
Yes.
And you guys need to change the way you're thinking.
And some of the things that people says would never enter my mind. So that leaves me to believe that they're evil in their mind to even think things like that, because my mind wouldn't even go there. You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
some of the stuff that some of these people say, Don, it just lets you know that they are not good people themselves to be saying things like that.
And they need help. They need to go to church. You need to change the way you're thinking. You need
Yes.
to be surround yourself with good people. Get the hell off of YouTube. Go
And
get a life and learn about God. Learn about love. Go back to school. Do something with your life. Holy moly!
yeah. Well, I've went back on Candace's Facebook, and before Summer went missing, and she posted like my daughter's my life. She's my everything. She's
Absolutely.
she's posted
Yep.
pictures about her boys being everything. Now
Oh
that
yeah.
tell me that a mother that hated their daughter would actually post something like that.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Her
Thank you,
kids.
thank you,
I
Cat Mountain.
when I went and
Thank you.
got that old van off the bottom property, got it
Uh-huh.
running, brought it up here to fix it. I found some of Summer's clothes that were thrown in the back. When she was a baby, and we washed them and got them put up and stuff. But
I know. I remember you doing that, and
you
Candace
know,
had that put up,
you
and
know,
keeping that hold back.
but we
Um,
had we had 4 kids at the time, so the van was like scattered with just if you
and-
can imagine like all kinds of candy and just oh my gosh, all
yeah,
kinds of his stuff rubbed all on the carpet and everything, food and chips and it's hard to
yeah.
keep up with 4 kids.
It absolutely is. I had three, and I know,
Yeah,
and you had little ones like stair steps. So yeah, I
yeah.
know it's hard.
It was like a small cyclone going through the house
Oh yeah,
constantly.
oh yeah. And Candace was showing me the rocks that Josie and the boys collected, and I swear some of them things look like crystals. They look
Yeah,
like genuine crystals. I told her, I said,
yeah.
to get that checked out. Make sure that ain't real crystal.
Well, my mom would buy crystal and throw it all over the property, and so the
Oh,
kids could find it. So it's probably what that was.
wow. That's awesome.
But
And
anyways, I really appreciate you talking to me, you guys, and let me
oh,
up
you're welcome.
here. And I don't
Just know you
know.
got a lot of love and support over here.
I
And
appreciate that.
the
I
best
do.
thing you can do, Don, is just tell people that you don't want to know the negative stuff.
Right.
If it's not going to affect you in any way, just don't send Don stuff. When people says mean stuff or does vicious mean stuff or just don't send it to Don. That just keeps him tormented. Just try not to even read into it. Just out of sight, out of mind. Don't listen to these hate channels. Let them run their
Oh,
mouth. They're going to continue no matter
oh
what.
yeah, oh yeah. But they shouldn't use Mary and them like they do. It's so messed up what they're doing. And
Yes, it is.
I think it's pretty evil what Chris McDonough has done from the beginning, and now Josh, Doug, and Justice for All, Common Sense True Crime want to build a channel on hate, nothing but hate and narcissistic behavior.
You
And
said it.
you guys, please go do check yourself, go to school, go to church. Please do something with your life. I
Yeah.
mean, before it's too late.
Yes.
And I didn't want to bring up Nana's Angels, but it might be too late for her. She went to her deathbed hating. It might be too late. I'm not God and I'm not the judge, and I would hate to be the judge.
I pray. I pray. They say she was a Christian, so I pray that
I don't know. All her last four, I don't know how many episodes was hating on me and Candace. Just continual hate, 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 hate. And that's, she went to bed that night hating, as far as I know. I don't know. People are trying to tell me that, sending me texts saying that she done us right and she, this, no, she didn't. She hated on us continually. And that's how she met, and that's when she died. She was hating on us. That's the truth. You guys can try to candy coat it all you want or whatever. The truth of the matter of the fact is she was hating on us continually, and that's how she died. So
I
if
pray
she,
that
I mean, I don't know. I'm not the judge, and I'm not judging her. I'm not gonna hate on her or anything else. I have respect for her family because I know they tried to get her to stop this crap, and
I think she just I think she just got sucked in a little bit.
we
I
all
don't
get, and we
hate it.
all do, and I forgive her. If they want to ask me, hey, do you forgive her? Yeah, absolutely forgive her, 100%. I forgive everybody, but they got to ask for it, and they got to change their behavior. You know, forgiveness comes with a show of a change of heart. You don't keep doing the same thing, over and over.
Yeah. I want to say I do think that Nana didn't hate people. I really think she genuinely loved people. I just think that maybe she got sucked
She
um,
did by
in
all the
the
other haters. Yeah, absolutely, and I get that.
actually
So, so
night. She somebody had put her face on my channel, and I got the opportunity to tell her that I didn't have anything against her. That I did like her. I didn't because I think a lot of people were in her ear just like any other creator.
right, and that's understandable. And
Yeah,
God will take all that into account. There's no doubt. All those things go into account for sure.
right. We
But
prayed.
but but it's about making that conscious decision every day to love and not hate. You
Yes,
know, and
absolutely. I agree 100%. Thank you so much, April, for that cash app. Thank you so much. God bless you for that. Thank you. But yeah, I agree, Don. I just feel like you know, unfortunately, like I was. Thank you, April. I was one of those people one time, Don. I thought,
and I
before I
was too. I'm not, and me too. I'm guilty of it too. I
yeah,
am. You know, I've done all the same things myself, so I am nobody to judge anybody else or whatever. I forgive anybody. I get it totally. I know you was you was believing the garbage. I even had myself thinking, wondering if myself about all
Question
this stuff.
yourself. Yeah, I know. I've been in that place before where people have accused me of things, and I'm like, why am I? And I started feeling like I was really guilty. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly,
Like
exactly.
that.
Well,
I'm gonna tell
that's
you a little
why.
story. Huh?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you a little story, and then I'll let you go if you want to.
Okay.
I know this young boy that was a few years back that was related to me, and he was innocent young boy, and he got with this little girl, and him and this little girl went and hung out, and they ended up being in together, both the
Hmm.
same age, and then that little girl and him, he broke up with that little girl, and that little girl went after him hard and
Yep.
tried to.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hopefully, he kept the text and all the harassing stuff.
Yep. And ruined him because
Yeah, and
that love and infatuation that she had
yeah,
suddenly turned into hate when he like dumped her or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. And I've seen
Thank
that happen.
yeah.
There's actually a case, a friend of mine, a case in Mississippi where this kid, he was going with this younger girl, and he ended up having relations with like two of her friends, and got mixed up with three girls. And so when it come out, they all three of them went after him. And in Mississippi, it's an automatic 8 years. So this young boy was
Oh,
facing 21 years, pretty much. Yeah, he was
wow,
facing 21 years mandatory as a young kid.
wow.
And
How was he? Was he young? Like,
I guess he'd have to been 18, right? I don't know. I
oh,
don't know. I don't know all the details. All I know is he was facing 21 years mandatory, and his family got together and fought it and got it all dropped to one
oh,
charge, but he still had to do 8 years. You
wow.
know, over three girls that were just got mad because whatever and jealous and hateful and all that hate and the claws come out and ended up
Well,
doing a lot of time.
luckily in this case, the girl had bragged to her friends that she was going to get him in trouble, and
Right.
that the girl that she bragged to sent the boy the messages and
Oh
stuff.
wow. Thank God for him.
And the boy said the girl was the one that come on to him. Like,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
sometimes girls ain't innocent. I'm not saying that all people are like that because there is a lot of people that are victims. But
Well, Jeannie's the first one, with our little thing. I didn't realize what was going on. I didn't understand that she was probably had been molested before I was even there, but she was sexually active. And I mean, as far as touchy feely stuff, I mean, and that's as far as it's ever went. Never
yeah,
went beyond that. And but that's all, But yeah, she's the one that initiated this crap,
yeah.
and now
Well,
she's
I'll
gonna
tell you
play
what.
the victim. Now she wants to play the victim, poor me, and all that crap, and convince everybody, of this bullshit.
Well, I'll tell you what, Don. The best thing to do from now on, since this doesn't have anything to Summer's case, is when people bring it up to try to trick you or manipulate you into talking about it, I would just flat out say, "This is not about Summer, and I don't want to talk about it."
Well,
That's
yeah, and that's true, but you try to ignore it, and they just keep going on and on and on, and that's why I figured it's best
no.
to try and if they want to run this in the ground, then okay, fine. I feel like I'm back in a corner, and I have no choice. I'm just tired of them destroying our family and continuing to try and to destroy my family. I mean, how
Right?
would Justice for All would feel if I went after him and his? I don't feel like he should have the right to be a foster parent. I mean, how would he feel if I would just created a YouTube channel and went after him or others in similar ways like that they've done to us.
Wouldn't be
I
fun.
mean, man,
That's for sure.
they wouldn't like it one bit.
No, they wouldn't. Nobody likes to be attacked. I've been attacked a lot.
Well, I'm backed in the corner at this point, so
I know.
I'm backed in the corner. So
Thank you, Kadish, Katia Mountain Mama Homestead. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you.
to be honest with you, I wished I could forget all about YouTube and go back to my normal life of just
Yeah.
working and being a father, but I can't.
Well, I feel like Donnie, I hope and pray that you'll be able to find a job soon enough because I
Yeah.
know that's what your whole life is and that's what you're used to doing. And I'm sorry that people has messed that up for you
Well, it
and
ain't
took
your fault, but I appreciate you all. But yes, somebody was saying something about Summer's name.
Summer's name. Where at?
Oh, what was that? Don't worry about it. But yeah, all our kids' names, we sit down and wrote all different kinds of names on paper, a couple
Mhm.
pages of paper, and then we'd settle on certain names. And Candace would say, "Well, I'd like this, at least this one name to be in there." And I'd see like, "Well, in Summer, Candace is
She's
the one that come up with
beautiful.
Summer," and I thought it was a beautiful name. I says, "But
Absolutely.
but I want Utah and Moon in it."
Yeah.
And because I love Utah, I love the state of Utah. It's beautiful there.
Yeah.
Um, and the moon on a full moon night, when you go out up in the mountains on a full moon night, it's just absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful. And
Yeah.
I wanted my kids to remember certain things, and I guess that was one of them. And so we incorporated that into her name.
If you ever get your children back and Summer, I would definitely go back to Utah. I would go where I love to be and get them out of Tennessee, get them far,
Um,
far away from Tennessee.
Tennessee's beautiful in its own way, and everything. But I'm
It's
from Utah.
beautiful, but
No
a fan.
offense against. I mean, because I don't know.
I've lived here for the last 3 years, Don. I'm from Kentucky, and
Right.
I'm not a fan of the way things are handled in the state of Tennessee. I
Yeah.
just ain't
I lived in E Town, Kentucky as a kid.
really.
Yeah. Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
My sister in law is from there, from Elizabethtown.
Yeah. Wow, cool.
Candace said,
Yeah.
Moon. Candace is in there in the chat, so she's taking care of things for us in here.
All right.
Summer Moon, Utah Wells, mommy and daddy love you and miss you very much.
Very much.
Aw,
Very,
love.
very much.
I just pray, and Dawn, I believe we're living in the last days. I really do.
Yeah,
The world's
we're
getting
definitely
easier.
in we are, and people need to realize that and live righteously because we are in the very last days, and the evilness and corruption is just going to continue to grow and grow. So you got to make a choice, love or hate. Which one do you want? You
Yeah,
got to make that choice.
I agree.
We all do.
Dawn, they act like that law enforcement has come out and said you all were guilty. They have never said anything like that.
No, never. If they thought we were guilty, people should understand and know how Hawkins County is. If they thought for a minute that we were guilty, they'd have they'd have me in there for something. There's
Yeah.
no way.
They'd
They're
have you
not.
both.
They ain't gonna just let people walk around for nothing.
No, they're
Not
not.
in not in Hawkins County. They're not.
No, no, they're not. I believe I believe that they have an idea that the person that might have took Summer, and
Um,
I think they're keeping it under
I
their.
I don't know exactly what all law enforcement knows, and they're not gonna tell me
No, they're
or
not.
anybody. They're not
No,
going to.
they're
They have to.
absolutely not
That's
going
why I know Chris McDonough's not a real cop because he goes on YouTube and spreads lies and hate and contempt. He's not a cop at all. He's just a freaking wannabe cop that turned into a YouTuber,
Yeah, I
going after
think
14-year-old boys.
I'll be honest with you. I think that you hurt his ego. That's why he's
Of
coming after.
course, of course.
He has an ego. I mean, that's just my opinion, y'all. I'm sorry, I've seen it. I think when Don snubbed him because he figured out what he was all about, it hurt his little boohoo feelings and his ego got hurt. And ever since then, I think he's went after Don. That's my opinion. I'm sorry, I'm entitled to my opinion.
He's still coming after me.
And he's still coming after you.
Yeah, in the lab. That, I mean, that's when you got to go to the lab to have any kind of credibility. I mean, that's pretty bad. I don't know.
The best thing to do is to stay away from those channels, Don. Don't
Oh
watch
yeah,
them.
absolutely.
Don't on them. Don't listen to
They're
them.
just hate channels. They don't care about
Yeah,
nothing but hate and create drama, and that's what they sell. And people
I
love to buy it up. They
right.
love to buy it up all day long.
Since I've been staying out of Prayer Garden's channel, like my mind is like at ease. Like yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, I can
go in there.
imagine.
I want to, but I've not been, and I've been so proud of myself because
Well, good for
I don't
you.
give a flying shit what she says
Yeah,
about me anymore.
right. Now, if I spend one night in prayer gardens, I'll spend the next 2 days sick, depressed, suicidal,
Oh no, don't
everything. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm just saying.
you
Yeah.
is vicious.
I mean, but really, I mean, God,
I
dang.
know. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you. She puts me right on the means, right with you.
yeah.
Like she
Golly.
viciously attacked my weight the other day, and she dirty deleted the live twice after she did it. But it was rotten. It was vicious and it was rotten.
I think
The
it's
thing
pretty funny. She won't even show herself, so she must be really fat and overweight, or who knows what. But
I
for
don't think
whatever reason, she don't want to show herself.
right. It's easy to hide behind a church house and act like this and critique everyone else's looks, but not want to show your face,
Shoot,
which we
I've been trying to lose weight for a while, and I'm getting big a fat gut. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. So,
that's all that
uh,
good food Candace is cooking.
right.
She's making some
Uh,
pretty good meals. She tells me all that stuff she cooks.
it's
It
killing
sounds
me
really good.
though. Uh, but I don't want. We shouldn't put anybody down because of weight or whatever it is, or any deformities or anything. We shouldn't be putting people down. People are human beings, and we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
We all have flaws in many different ways. You know, and I think of my poor mother and all them years for trying to lose weight and fit in and all this and that, and it's just it's heartbreaking.
It's
You
very
know,
heartbreaking. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Thank you so much. God bless you. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you so much, Sarah. But we got to have a heart like Jesus. You can't say you're a Christian and not have a loving heart like Jesus.
that's right.
And it's hard to do. I'm telling you,
It
it's
is. It's so easy just to join the hate train and just be follow, go through and just hate every day, but you're gonna lose your life in the end. I know. Um, yeah.
I agree,
But
Don.
anyways,
Do you feel better now?
um,
You got it off your chest a little bit?
well, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I feel any better, but yeah, I mean, I have to defend
You
my
have to.
family because my boys are going to see this crap, and these people
Mm.
want to continue on with this garbage day after day because they have nothing better to do with their lives. It's just unbelievable.
The best thing to do tonight, Don, is to go when you get off this live, just go watch a movie and try to go to bed. Don't get on the YouTube streets. Don't watch
Oh
this
no, no.
because it's not good for your mental health or your physical health. Oh, thank you, True Crime and Time. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Thank you so much. God bless you.
But anyways, I'm gonna, I guess, hop off here, and I want everybody to know that I do. love and I tried to love everybody, and I do appreciate everybody who helps us and supports us, and especially against the hate channels. If there's any way you can help us against those, that's much appreciated.
Well, we're
And
battling over here. We're
right,
constantly at war. I just want to show
and
this
well,
picture of
it's
Summer.
much very
Beautiful.
much appreciated because we are a loving family. We do love our kids, and we'll do anything for them. So
I truly believe that with all my heart,
I
Dawn.
appreciate that.
Don't let people bring you down because remember, you've got family over here on the farm
I appreciate
and
that.
support over here, and you got White Boy, you got Chasing. There is people that are
There's
good
some good
people.
people. There are some good people, and there's some good YouTubers. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Praise
and
the Lord.
focus on your church. You've got a good support church, and do the positive and just ignore the negative because
Well, it's hard to ignore, as you know.
right. But just think about it like this, Don. If Summer was to come home, she's going to have you and Candace
Right.
there for her.
So that tells you right there we have to fight all this negativity.
You have to be healthy, and you have to be your best for
Right.
not only your boys, but if Summer come home too.
Right. And right now, I need my original position and job back that I worked so hard for all these years. I need
Um,
that, and they destroyed that.
I,
And they're still coming at us all the time. All these haters, they just come out of the woodwork, left and right. But
I want to say one thing to them. Stop calling Don's PI. Stop stalking Don and Candace. Stop being crazy. Leave these people alone. Leave them
either,
alone,
either that or help us,
or help her, or help.
help us fight these hate channels, please. I beg you, help us out. You know, support us in chat. We really appreciate it very much. What a lot of people are doing. Thank you, and God bless you all. We do love a lot of people. We love everybody,
Yeah.
and we do thank you.
As
But
well as stand with some. Right,
but
y'all. There is a lot of people that do love and support you, and just hold on to them. And Don, please
absolutely,
don't even go into the chat. I know it's hard. Don't let people send you shit. Stop sending Don stuff. When people say negative stuff, don't send it to him. Don't send it to Candace. They don't need to see that shit every day. If you're their friend and you care about them, then stop sending stuff that people say about them.
well, anyways, I'm gonna hop off here. We love y'all, and God bless everybody. And
Alrighty, I love y'all
thank you.
too.
I appreciate it. And we'll talk to y'all later. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye, Dawn.
Bye.
Bye. God bless you and Candace. There you heard it, guys. I believe Don is talking from his heart. He's in a bad place right now, guys. He's in a really bad place. And people want to rub salt on the wound. They want to keep people while they're down. Um, and it's not right and it's not fair. It's not right or fair. Somebody just sent me- Christine, do you want to come up? I'm gonna put the link out for anybody that wants to come up, Candace or Christine or anybody. Um, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit from this, but you know what? What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. Um, just be kind. They're going through enough. They've they're hurting. They don't have their children with them. Don has lost his job, his income. They don't know what they're going to do from the next day on. It's sad, you guys, and it's not fair at all. Hey, Dame, how are you? Thank you, Dame. Thank you, guys. I try to be as positive I can from Don, and I've asked him. We talked a lot before the live, and I wanted to make sure that he wanted to come up and actually talk about the things, and he wanted to address it. He said he felt like he had been backed in a corner and he has to defend himself. Like, life is not always perfect, and there's always two sides to every story. Stitches, can I see your face? Okay, there she is.
And my
There's,
screen isn't working. Where are you at? There you are.
hello,
Can I talk? Hello. Can you see me?
how are you?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Are you?
You got a little bit of an echo.
See, earlier you guys had a little bit of an echo. I don't even have a headset on.
Uh, do you have anything open? Any other things open?
Let me go look real quick. See if that works better. Is that any better?
Yeah, that's better. Let me see. Somebody's
Okay.
talking.
I just, you know how I feel about Don and Candace. I stand with them. I stand with the Wells family,
Uh
but I
huh.
also stand with Summer. It goes all over me. You guys don't understand. I hear the bad things, and I try to battle them every single day.
Uh
Right
huh.
now, Ziggy's live. I don't know if you know that.
She's what?
Ziggy is live, or was
Oh,
live just a few minutes ago, and she's
yeah.
running you guys down.
Of course.
And I'm
There's
like,
nothing new.
I popped into her chat before I came back over here, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, she's gonna do that. Hang on. Candace said somebody wants their Venmo. Let me hang on.
Ah,
I think it's at Candace. Hang on. Let me put it up here on the phone because I she sent it to me, but I can't. Let me put it up here.
they have
Somebody was
totally changed StreamYard.
Venmo. There's her Venmo. It's at Candace. Is that a dash? Why? Take a screenshot of that. Let me take it down. I'm still hearing an echo. Stitches. I'm
Yeah, I was just being quiet so that way you guys could do what you had to do. You know how I have respect. I'm sorry. I don't believe in stepping on people on the mic.
oh, hang
I was
on.
a truck driver for 5 years, so I try really, really hard not to step on people.
Let me write this down in chat right quick so I can. I don't know how to do this. I'm still hearing it. Let's see. I'm still hearing the echo.
Okay, let me try exiting and coming back then. Let's see if that helps any.
Okay. Hang on. Let me put that in here. Oh wait, hang on. I think you got a. Candace, can you put it out there in the thing? Because I'm having a hard time putting it out here. There we go. She sent me that. Okay. There we go. Somebody was wanting Candace's Venmo, so I put it right there. There it is out there in the thing. But yeah, you guys just be kind. I know most of you all over here are, and the ones that's not um, nice. Of course, those that channel in particular is going to say mean, cruel stuff. Like that's just what she does. So I really don't care, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, and Pearls has already got him one going too. So yeah, so of course, um, you know, people are going to be they're running with it. I gave them new content. They're running with it, of course, and he's probably live streaming me right now if it's the truth. Yeah, he is. Of course he is. Of course. Um, hello.
Hi, I just have a question. I want to
Yeah,
know why you support Candace when she laid them boys on the hot asphalt.
and you believe that? You really believe that?
Well, well,
Is
yeah, it
there
came from
proof?
Leslie.
Is there proof that that really happened?
Well, four people seen it.
Who's the four people?
Let's see, Leslie,
Allie?
Grandma, Allie.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why would they lie about that though?
Why would they why would they lie about anything? We don't know if it's the truth or not.
Well, we don't,
People
but that's
lie.
not something.
People lie. One thing I've learned
Well,
on being on the YouTube streets is that people lie.
I
Very
know that.
much. So yeah,
I mean, there's a lot that we don't know the truth to.
exactly. But I can't tell you what I know. I can tell you that the Candace that I've seen is a very kind, loving
Well, yeah,
Candace.
this Candace is.
But how do
Now
we
that
know
she's come out,
Allie has said is the truth?
I don't
Or
believe Allie. I mean, I was listening to Leslie, so I don't know.
Leslie seemed to have a lot of hate towards Candace.
Yeah,
She
she
made
did.
it very clear that she did not like Candace. There's
Yeah,
just
she did.
so unless we have
Hey,
concrete
y'all.
proof,
I'm back.
we can't say that it's you know that it happened
Yeah.
because we don't know if it's true or not.
I mean, I believe everybody can change.
You're still
And
stitches.
if summer comes back, I hope the boys come back.
I do too. Stitching. Hello. There she is. I think it's her. That's but the fact of the matter is that you know it's just what it is. It is what it is. I'm glad Don came up here. I'm glad Don spoke out. Of course, are the vultures going to rip it apart? Yeah, they're going to. I wouldn't expect anything else than that, than them to rip it apart. So, yeah, of course they're going to do it. Um, it's just, it is what it is. And we just gave them new content. Of course we did. Of course, is the three Stooges is going to be over there on that panel. I'm gonna call them the three Stooges.
Yeah,
The three
the tragedy
Stooges.
pimps.
Tragedy pimp.
Straightforward. That's all they are. Because they're
Justin,
going at
Josh,
push
and
tragedy
Trevor.
to make money.
All three of them are tragedy pimps.
I
They're
can list off more than three, but
the three Stooges. not just them. Those are three Stooges. You're still echoing, hon.
I don't know why. That's
You
crazy.
must have something on. If y'all have not become a member of Daisy Forums, please hit that subscribe button over there, going over there. And subscribe. I can hear myself echo. Sorry. Stitches. Hello. But yeah, of course, the the three Stooges are over there and they're running off at the jab. For a minute there, I thought Trevor was a good guy, but no, he's too young to be wrapped up in this case. He has no experience in life to even know anything what he's talking about. So, Daisy, does she have her YouTube opened? I'm proud of Don for coming up here and speaking out about the truth. Of course, the three Stooges over there is not going to address the fact that allegedly Mary's ex-husband did that to his sister. Um, that will be completely looked over, and that's not fair. If you're going to address someone's abuse, then address it all. Don't just pick and choose on what you want to address. That's all I have to say about it. It's just it is. It's what it. I'm proud of Don for coming up here and speaking out. I believe him wholeheartedly that he is speaking the truth. And, you know, I don't think he had to do with his daughter missing. And since we have 600 people in here, let's talk about Justice for All putting wrap up to porn bombing me last night. And when I did a live about it, if y'all have not seen the live, go on over there and see it. because yeah, that's little Justin for all. Yeah, him and Rap had it planned to porn bomb me yesterday, to troll me and to porn bomb me. And when I asked him about it, he didn't deny it. He acted like it. He was gaslighting, but he put him up to wrapped up to coming over here and porn bombing me. He absolutely did. So yes, Don is very right about Justin being a tragedy pimp. Very, very right. So of course, Justin's going to do whatever he has to do to get it. That's just what he's going to do. Daisy does give him a lot of content. I'm sure Prayer Garden will be live here in a few minutes. They'll all grab this content and run with it. That's what they do. They eat it up. If Justin was a real victim, if he was really for victims, then he would not be over there supporting someone who allegedly raped a young girl. And you know who I'm talking about. Allegedly, this guy raped this girl. And Justin was over there planning for him to troll my channel and to porn bomb me. But he supports people like that. But he wants to come after Don and Candace. Right, April? April, I want to thank you for that Cash App. And I want to thank everybody for their super chats and super stickers and their memberships. While Don was on panel, I didn't usually get to give a normal shout out that I normally do because I didn't want to interrupt Don talking about such a serious subject. But how much you want to bet that Josh, Justin, and Trevor never even bring up the fact of what happened to Don's sister? Like, that won't even be brought up. None of that will even be brought up. And that's not right. That is not right to support one thing. And that is that's being a hypocrite. Yes, Justin's a snake. We all know what people have said about what Rap is allegedly done to a young girl. I don't know if it's true or not, but Justin's right on over giving him cash apps because he knows that Rap's a troll and he wanted to sick him over here on Daisy. So yeah, that's exactly what he wanted to do. And he did it. And he's sickening for it. And I don't support him whatsoever. If you're going to stand for something, stand for it all the way. Don't stand for it halfway or midway. Stand for it all the way, Justin. If you really care so much about what's being said or what's being done to people that's been victims of this kind of stuff, then don't support Ro when she sits over there and says horrible things about what Don and Candace did to Summer, allegedly, or support Rap, or support any of these people who's been accused of this stuff. Don't support them. And that's just a fact. Hang on, let me put my link down here. And I don't give a flying shit. If you don't like Daisy because of it, Daisy's going to call you out for who you are. And I'm going to call the Three Stooges out over there. Josh, I've actually been surprised a little bit that he has been doing other content besides the Summer Wells content. And Justin's trying, but they know that the clicks and the views and stuff is all about Summer. That's what their agenda is about. Turd pop sucker, you have to show your face. Okay.
Y'all see it?
What?
You like my avatar?
It's got 3 turds.
I'm a turd pop sucker.
Is that what they look like, supposedly?
I'm a turd pop sucker.
If that person that came up,
I'm live streaming you right now.
made my kids lay on the on the hot concrete. They did that because they were cold from the cold water
I
that
wonder who timed me out. Did you know somebody timed me out, Daisy?
no, I never did.
Somebody timed me out. I've got it right here.
Was
I'm live streaming you
uh,
right now. And
see
somebody
how things
timed
get around, Candace?
who
I'm glad
timed me
you
out?
clarified that, Candace. She said you could tell in that interview that Leslie did
The
not
turd
like
pop
Candace.
sucker, whoever timed me out. All right, bye.
Oh, I know who it was. One of my mods.
Oh.
Good job, Sun King. Good
Good
job.
job. Good job, stupid dumbass.
What's your point, Big Mama?
He's a two fork tongue devil.
No. No, you support a two fork tongue devil.
You're a two fork tongue devil.
Justice
I'm
for
a
all.
turd pop.
Did you time her out, Sun King? He said it wasn't him.
Did you do kicking?
Don't be mad, Jinkies. Did you do it on accident, Candace?
Can.
You might have done it by accident. But yeah, Candace wants to clarify that. Okay, I don't
All right,
know
I'm out. I'm live streaming you.
if that person that came up a minute ago, but I never made my kids lay on the hot concrete. They did that because they were cold from the cold water, but that was all them. See how things get twisted around, turned upside down, and inside out? I'm so glad for you clarifying that. Oh, thank you, Yanni. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I mean, kudos to whoever did it, though. Right? Uh, right, Sun King. Absolutely right. Like if she's going to be a turd pop sucker over there with Justin Farrell and all the Three Stooges, then hey, more power to you. When she come up as a turd pop sucker, she is one, y'all. I hate to say it, but if it walks like a duck and it acts like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Listen, at this point, Daisy don't care what any of these tragedy pimps think or say. I don't know. She's probably just imagining that people's timed her out. I don't know. She's a wild woman over there. But I do want to say this. I'm proud of you, Dawn, for coming up and speaking the truth and standing up for yourself. Speaking your opinion and how you feel about things. I'm proud of you. Daisy, where is my thank you, thank you, thank you for becoming a member? Oh, True Crime, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Yanni. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We love Candace and Don here. So if you don't like it, the door is that way. Woo! Thank you so much, Yanni, for that super chat. What's up, Dame?
Hi there, Miss Daisy. Thanks for taking me on.
Oh,
You
you're
did a
welcome.
yeah, you did a great job with Don. This is the first time I've actually really heard Don say his side of the story. And
Yeah,
you listen to him and he sounds very reasonable. I don't understand
very
what's
reasonable.
yeah, how can people not understand what he's saying? It's obvious that these parents are in pain. And we've been pressing on for 2 years, just is assaulting them day after day, moment after moment. They turn on the YouTube and it's about them. I mean,
Yeah,
this must be a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah, and then and plus, trying to get your two children back from foster care, and then having a missing daughter. They must be devastated. I'm so thankful I do not have the cross they're bearing, because I wouldn't be able to handle it.
He's grieving himself to death. Don is just, he's beside himself, and Candace is too. But Don, I don't know how much longer he's going to be able to withhold it. Like, he's getting older, and that kind of stuff works on your mental and physical health.
Yes,
Sad.
absolutely. Maybe you can clarify this for me. I'm not sure if I heard right. I'm like half an in of sleep. I did a lot of work today and I'm like exhausted, so I'm falling in and out of sleep. But did Don say that Justin for all is a foster parent?
Allegedly, he is. I don't know if he's adopted or he does foster care. I don't know. I've never really kind of researched it, so
Yeah,
I just kind of, me and Justin argue back and forth. But as far as knowing anything about his life, I don't look into people's lives myself.
right.
I don't.
Well, neither do I, but when I heard that, I'm going to tell you, if that is the case, that's a huge conflict. Could you imagine being a parent fighting to get your children back, knowing they're with somebody that's in a household that live streams against parents, actually activates groups of people against parents that they are accusing of crimes? It's wrong. If he does have that responsibility with the state taking in children, that channel, by virtue of content, is a huge conflict, and no child should be in that home except for his own.
I just I don't want to go after anybody and their children. I know it's. I just hate to bring that. You know what I'm saying?
I understand, but I can see where Don is coming from when he says, my children were taken from me. They were put in a foster home. Now, if we're going to say all foster homes are the same, is that foster home now berating me to my children? Are they going out on live in public talking about me? It's a huge conflict, and I just hope that that's not happening. And if Justin can clarify that position, that would be nice, because now that it's out there, obviously it's not because Justin told Don he was a foster parent. Somebody must have put that information out there. And I think Justin just needs to clarify that for everyone. I'm not looking to give the man a problem or anything, but if that is the case, I hope that he could be a little bit more considerate of his behaviors in the way that he represents missing children and their parents, and the way he conducts himself in a very hurtful, negligent manner.
I agree.
That's awful. Daisy, this is going on for
Yes.
2 years, and the more I hear this, and now I hear people are live streaming your stream. Do you know that's all your
Well,
content? Do,
did
do
you
they
see
not
what
have
he did
anything
last
else?
night? Did you see what Justin did yesterday? Him
Well,
and the guy
yeah, and
Rat
what is that? Why would you porn bomb somebody? What is in
to
people's
get
heads?
their channel shut down.
Yeah, but they should shut him down for acting lewd. It's not your problem. It's his problem. You didn't
No,
ask
no,
him to
he
come
came
over there.
over here and
I
porn bombed
know.
my channel.
I know. He should not. And I think YouTube should actually take strikes out on subscribers sometimes and people that act that way on the channel. They shouldn't punish the creator. They should punish the person that's acting in a wayward way.
Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't, and it's out of control. The viciousness, the slander, the
Mhm.
you
I
name
know.
it,
I know.
verbal
And every
assault on people on YouTube is horrible. YouTube needs to take a stand for it. Like, pay somebody to go into the live stream and hear this vicious, horrific things that are being said about people,
I
and do
know.
something about it, YouTube.
Well, you right now are the only safe
Held
station to
accountable.
go on to. And now, if anybody wants to go and enjoy a night with a creator in a chat room, right now you are the safest place to be on YouTube. You are the most reasonable. You give people the benefit of the doubt. You let them say their side of the story. Even if you don't agree with them, you don't rip them up and continue to massacre them on a regular basis. You just
Yeah.
let it go. You have your little arguments with people, you get mad for a minute, and then you let it go. And you always are trying to work this prayer garden. I don't know if she's going to change, Daisy. I hope for your
No.
sake she does, because you're putting a lot of effort into her.
2 years trying to make friends with that, well, trying to get along with her, and it's not going to happen. So I give up and quit going in her live streams, and it's better. I'm better off. I don't go in
Yes.
there, I don't listen. I don't care anymore what she says. Let her
Yeah.
just run off at the mouth because she's no better. She's worse. Like, that is one channel that definitely does not need to be going. Like,
No.
that is a really bad channel.
Well, she
Bad.
says she's Summer's channel. I don't see anything for Summer there when you can't work with the parents. If you're for a child, you need to work with the parents.
Right. Right. I agree.
So
Chasen
that's
said
all.
leaving a
Yeah,
family with a missing child is morally wrong, period. There's no way around that. We have free speech, but at whose cost? Right, Jason.
right. Well, I just came up here quick to just put in my 2 cents, and I just want Don and Candace to know that I pray for them. My heart is there. I believe in them, and I believe Summer is going to one day return. And I just, but it'll still be a lot of healing after that. I don't know how you heal from something like this.
I don't either. I don't
But
either.
thank you, Miss Daisy. You have a
You.
good night. Bye
You
bye.
too. You.
Yep. Bye.
God bless you.
Yep.
She's absolutely right, you guys. Like, if the table was turned and these, the people that's attacking them gets attacked for the things that they do, they wouldn't like it at all. It's absolutely mortifying what the abuse that Donna Candace has been through on the YouTube streets. It's abusive. It is abusive, and to be honest with you, if something ever happens to either one of them, and because of what the stress has been on YouTube, family needs to go full force after YouTube for letting it happen, because I know for a fact that people have reported over and over and over again prayer garden for the horrible things that she said about me. In fact, I know one of her live streams was shut down because she was reported. And I mean, to the YouTube, and they continue to let it happen. So not only is the should the creator be held accountable, but I feel like YouTube needs to be held accountable for not letting them, stopping them from doing the horrific harassing, um, bashing, exploiting, doxing, you name it. It's just, it's horrific. And if one of these people get the right lawyer to handle their case, Donna Candace ever gets the right, if they ever meet a lawyer that wants to handle their case, a lot of these people are going to be in for it, including Chris McDonough, because Chris McDonough has spread a lot of hate Donna Candace's way. I'm sorry, you all, if you're a big fan of his, but he has curved and swayed, in my opinion, and that's my opinion. Um, he has pushed the agenda his way. Daisy, just think about how our Lord is looking these people that are judging this poor family. God don't like ugly. No, he don't. And a lot of them does it in the name of the Lord. They use the a church house for their thumbnail, for their profile picture or whatever. Which, let that let that burn, let it burn, let it burn, let it burn. That's no church of God, I'll tell you that. That's the church of Satan. Ain't that right, Miss Chewy? But I'm proud of Don for coming up here and standing up for what's right. I really do. I'm proud of him. Chasen said, Chris M. lost all my respect when he started pushing an agenda. It's wrong because we were looking at him for common sense advice from law enforcement perspective. Exactly. Exactly, Tracy. And I'm going to state it again. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I think that Don hurt his ego. I think that at first he was for Don and Candace, but Don figured out who he was and what he was all about and hurt his ego. And because he got his ego butt hurted, I think that's when he turned and started pushing the agenda. So he couldn't really prove anything about Summer's case. So he brought this other case in with Don's stepsisters to try to degrade and make Don look even worse and to try to push an agenda. I'm sorry, but that's what it's all about. And that's how I feel. And if you agree with me, you do. If you don't, that's okay. But that's just how I feel about it. I can't believe you have been on 2 hours. I just got here. Oh, it's okay, Rhonda Lynn. Just because he was Ellie doesn't mean he was an honest person. Right? There you go. I agree. I'm very upset. It's very upsetting. He has so many subscribers and the hate spread fast. Oh, yes. Yes, it did. And like I asked Don, I don't know if I've ever seen Chris McDonough do anything. Did he ever put up a flyer? Did he ever put up a billboard with all that money? Did he donate with that money to the reward fund? Only thing I seen at Warriors Park was a sticker with his logo on it on the tree. I mean, at least Dolly Vision spent money to put up a huge banner on Ben Hill Road. And Chris McDonough's made more money off this case than any other YouTuber. What has he done for Summer? Other than rip the family apart? I don't know. Riddle me that. What has any of them done? And one of the biggest things, what is Prayer Garden done? What is Prayer Garden done for Summer? Not a damn thing. But sit over there and curse and swear and spread hate along with her little snake Justice for All, who's streaming me right now. Justin, riddle me this. How are you going to go over to Raps and support him when he's been allegedly accused of SAing someone? How are you going to go over and put him up to coming over here and trolling me and porn bombing me? Have you stooped to that level? I guess it's anything necessary to get clicks and views, right, Justin? That's what it is, ain't it? Right? Let's just do anything possible that we can do. Just be as rotten can get. And put anything we can out just to get clicks and views. Because that's what we're all about, right? We're just out here to be savage and just rip people with your tongues to pieces. Because if you really stood for SA victims, you would not support that young man over there. You would not support Roe and the vicious things that she has said. and many others have said about Summer. But yet you do. You promote them, you give them cash apps, but you go hard after Daisy Cow. Never once have you stood up to a man, and the one time you did, you fake cried. And we all know that was a fake cry. What you did was a total fake cry. Justin, you know it as well as I do. Justin, why were you knocking PG's panel guest? What do you mean knocking PG's panel guest? Oh, let me tell you something. PG's not going to be for Justin. Two snakes will eventually bite each other. Make no mistake about that. Two snakes will bite each other. And let me tell you something, Justy baby. Love you, Dale. A viper will eat a rattlesnake up. Prayer Garden is a viper. She bites harder than you. Make no mistake about it. She goes on the attack where you slither behind the scenes and do all your dirty deeds. You slither in these chats and give super chats and encouraging and stir in the shit pot, making it good and smelly and juicy. That's what you do, Justy baby, pearly pearls. You keep that shit pot good and strong and stirred up real good. You've learned it from the best, Molly Golightly. You know drama sells, so you keep it going. You continue to do it. It's not cool to be friends with Daisy Cow. It's more funner to bash her, to stir up the shit pot, to get people to go against her. It's fun, ain't it? So fun, Justin. So fun to put a young boy that definitely has issues up to coming over here and trolling my chat and putting out a porn bomb. And then, oh, I didn't know anything about it. You were porn bombed? Really? Come on, Justin. Come on. Thank you, Can. I'm on a roll over here. Thank you. And Prayer Gardens, you're not a Christian. You don't know anything about being a Christian. You are the devil, and you are doing worse than the devil's work. Because at least an atheist or a devil worshiper don't portray themselves to be godly and manipulate and twist and everything else like you do. You don't represent God, and you don't represent Jesus. You are a wolf in sheep's clothing. And one day, if you don't change your ways and you don't wake up, you're going to hear those words that Jesus said he was going to say, "Depart from me, I never knew you." Because he said, if you love them, you love me. Well, you can't hate and get into heaven. And all you do is spit out hate 24/7. Would I let you around my children talking the way you do? Absolutely not. I will guarantee you that you've talked to your children way worse than Donna Candace ever spoke to their children. In fact, I think that's why a lot of your children are in their chat and isn't as evil as you are. You're grown children. Hopefully, it didn't pass on to your grandchildren. But there's no way you could have an evil heart that you have and that you claim to be. Such an evil, vicious, vile tongue and not talk that way to your children or your family members or anybody you worked with. Just saying. Cher is texting Don, acting like she is his best friend, but has destroyed him in the last live and makes him feel like crap. Candace, I know. I'm sorry. That I didn't watch the live, Candace. I didn't see what happened, but things like that shouldn't have been brought up in that chat. Hey KB, how are you? I don't have anything against Cher. I just feel like that things that were mentioned in the chat probably shouldn't have been mentioned. I don't know. Thank you for that super chat, KB. Thank you so much, and God bless you for that. Thank you, 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 thank you. Now, Prayer Garden, go back and read your Bible again and search your soul, because you don't represent God by any means. Candace, do you want to come up? If not, you're okay. I put the link out. Come on, we are Pickle Crew. Put all the pickles in the chat. Mr. Pickles. Daisy, I guess all we can do is pray for people that's full of hate and judgment. I know it's hard to do, but they need our prayers to maybe see the light and change one day before it's too late. Yes, I agree 100%. 100% on that one. Exactly, Rhonda Lynn. I don't know if it's jealousy because Prayer Gardens gets a lot more views than I do. Her and Justin can have thousands of people in their chats. I don't think it's jealousy. I just think Prayer Garden has never let anyone get close to her. Like, I think she's afraid to let people get close. That she feels like if she starts getting close to someone, that she has to back away because she just doesn't want to get close to anyone. I don't think she's close to anyone in her life. Maybe her immediate family, but I guarantee you, she doesn't have any friends that she's very close to. That she's really close to. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could be wrong, but it's like she doesn't want to get close to anyone. I haven't gotten anything. So I think, yeah, Justin keeps a lot of it going. A lot. He goes in there and stirs and stirs. He's got him a damn whisk. Hell, he went and bought him a KitchenAid. He'll get in there with a damn KitchenAid and keep that shit rolling. He keeps it smelling and churning real good. That's what he does. That's the definition of a snake. A lot of people who have attacked me, like, they'll back away. Like, they'll be like, okay, this is enough. I've done enough. I'm backing away from Daisy. You know, as far as I know, Smiley's not said anything bad about me here lately. A lot of the other creators, they've just backed away. But Justin and Prayer Gardens, they just continue right on where the other ones don't. Um, I don't like fussing with people. I don't like seeing people get upset and getting their blood pressure high and being stressed out because we need to bring content. Prayer Gardens and Justin has made a complete and thorough shit show of this case. And it continues. And it will continue on. And even after summer's found, it'll continue. I'm starting to wonder if PG stands for playing God. He's coming soon. She better get right. Yep, he is coming soon, bless Lulu. I agree 100%. And there's sometimes that I think that it does dawn on her that maybe what I'm doing is not right. And she says she tries to do better. But then the next day, she's right back to where she was before. Meanwhile, the real perpetrators has Summer somewhere while we're ripping the parents to pieces. They're laughing at us, joking, probably in our chats. There's some reason why they keep censoring Fred. I'm not saying he's involved, but only law enforcement knows what's up with that, to be honest with you. Listen, if y'all have not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Go on over to Daisy's Farm and sub up to Daisy's Farm that we do behind the scenes. Sometimes we do lives on that chat as well, and we talk about things, what happens in the hen house of our stays in the hen house. Go on over and sub up. If you've not become a member of this channel, please consider becoming a member. Be much obliged, and thank you for your support. We all know that these videos get tagged, so we don't get anything for views. Every one of my videos has been tagged this week. So guess what? I'm not going to get nothing for views. So if I don't get support from my chat, I don't get anything. So it makes it even harder to bring y'all content every day when my videos are getting tagged. And every one of these videos, I guarantee this one's already tagged. Let me see. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Not yet, but I guarantee afterwards it will be. So, Smiley was just blaming the farm people for being porn bombed. Justin was in her chat when the bomb happened. Was Justin being that porn bomb? Also, he went in her panel and inspected the ass. I don't know. I pray that Smiley opens her eyes to some of these people. I do. I hope and pray that she does. She likes Justin, but Justin's never come after her before. Justin has came after me, and he continues to. And if it meets his agenda, he'll go after anyone. I don't want to fuss with Smiley. I don't hate Smiley. I think that a lot of stress has been brought onto the YouTube streets with people that's older and they don't need to get upset and get their blood pressure up anymore over this stuff. Especially when you're up in the ages, up in the older years where it can affect your heart, it can affect your blood pressure, it can affect every aspect of your body, it can affect. So. But listen, guys, I've been on here for almost 3 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I think we had a good live with Don today. I'm glad he got it out. I'm glad Candace has been in here with us tonight. I love these guys. They're family to me. Say what they want to say. I see them behind the scenes.
I'll say straight up, stay off.
White boy said, gotta stop being friendly to the creators who hate the whales. Take care. Well, I know that you and I know White Boy that you don't like Doug, but I let him come up here because he was on something that night. Bad White Boy. He was out of his mind that night, and I just can't kick anybody down. Kick them where they're down. That just ain't me. So, yeah. But oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you for becoming a member of the Critters Crime family. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that would be just like I know, like me and Prayer Garden are probably the worst enemies right now, or Justin. But if they were down and out and they were talking out of their mind, I give Prayer Garden my platform too. White boy. That don't mean I support them though. I know where you're coming from though, White boy. I know y'all don't get along. Um, but yeah, I would definitely give him. I will never offer mine. I know. Me and you are two different people, though, White boy. I'm a different person than you. All due respect. I respect your decision on what you do on your lives. And, you know, I would let anybody up here if they wanted to come up here and talk to me. I wouldn't let them sit up here and dog Donna Candace out, but I would let them up here. That's just me and who I am as a person. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead.